Alright everybody, here we are. I hope I'm audible right now. Let me even check this thing first of all, then we'll be going ahead. Right now, yeah, I'm audible. So let's continue from here on. We have almost done the authentication part, so we don't need to worry about that. The next thing is that adding more and more features to the canvas. That's what we are gonna be focusing on right now. And let's see how it goes. I have no idea exactly how many things I'll be getting done, but I have the plan in mind. So we'll be working on those features one by one, and I hope by the end of the day it's going to be done. So what we are going to do right now is a simple why so many things I have opened. Let's close everything. I will need this, close this, close this, close this. By the way, yeah, well, Mintu has been a great, I don't know, like he has done great job on building these types of, what can I say, UIs for a website. But okay, the thing is that if they were, for even getting them on the page, we'll have to just write the CSS for that. So this is something that I need to keep in mind, but never mind. Let's simply go on from here on, and the next feature is going to be this log feature. I won't be able to do anything over here. Oh, sorry. When something is logged, if I draw this, I can move it here and there. Then if I just log it, I won't be able to do anything. That's great. So log feature is there. How about this? What will happen with this? I have no idea, but never mind. Let's forget about this. How can I draw this? How is this drawn? It's easy to build this, right? It has 3 lines. This is the first line, and then it has this, and then 2 lines are going to be drawn depending on the size of it or what. It's always the same or the size matters? Well, it's always the same length. Interesting. Then this can easily be built. Yeah, that's right, we can easily build this. Apart from this particular thing, we have already worked on this particular thing. Text is already there. We can add the image. So one thing we can do, that we can actually add the image around canvas. Even before that, let's work on this selection part, like how we can actually select something, and once we have selected that, how we can actually move from one place to the other. So this is something I'm going to work on right now, and then I will be working on the selection part. Okay, and if I run my website right now, that is npm dev, localhost, that's going to be 3002, and not even canvas. I don't need the canvas directly. Do I need that? Just go to 3002 and then see what happens. I hope it's running. Yeah, it's just simply starting right now. Okay, let's see whether we can actually do it or not. Why is this taking time? Compiling it. Okay, compilation takes time, so that's all right. So we are here. You have joined the room. That's great. I directly joined the room. I can just get out of the room. I can log out, and then nothing will happen. I can just log in again. Username and password. Here it's working. The main goal is not going to. I don't have any room as such. So let's log out and let's log in using another account, Vipendra, and password PLSWORD. Okay, I have many rooms in here, and what I want to do, let's simply go to this room. I have these many things. I want to have the erasing functionality. How can I do it? When it comes to erasing things, I can select that, and then I should be able to delete that. Yeah, if that is selected. So how can I select elements? If the element is selected, then I can delete that too. When it comes to the elements, it's like this. Let's reload it. So suppose I have to delete a circle. I can select a circle, and whatever is selected, whenever I draw it from one point to the other, everything inside that will be selected. Okay, it will start from here, then everything that will fall inside that will be selected. Will I be able to select this? Just a sec. Not this one. Let's draw a circle here, this, and then try to select this. No, when all of this falls inside the inside those coordinates only, then it will be selected. Okay, and one more thing, how can I draw an ellipse? That is the second thing that I have to work on. But first of all, yeah, this one. So I start drawing, and when I start drawing, I have this rectangle getting made, and it gets ready. And one more thing, I can open more stuff here. That's gonna be eraser, and let's check the functionalities of both the ones. I'm here, and I can draw a circle. Let's go to the top a little bit. I can draw a circle. Yeah, that's drawn. Next, what I can do, I can just simply select it. This much, it will do nothing. I can select the whole, then it will automatically be selected, and when it gets selected, I get this border, and using this border I can increase the X and Y. Yeah, and that is right. So the first question is going to be how to select something, because once that thing is selected, you can either move from one place to the other, or you can actually delete that. Yeah, I have no idea how to implement this functionality. Okay, comment. First of all, let's search online. How to delete something from canvas. Let's see. How to delete files from the canvas. How do I delete files or folders in Notebook? How to delete JavaScript canvas? Not this. This is not something I'm looking for. Delete content in canvas for faculty. Okay, not this one. How to implement delete option on canvas board. Solve delete button missing. Adding a delete canvases by clicking buttons. So far it's been okay. It's going to be quite tricky, but I wanted to implement this functionality as well. Is there any way to quickly delete all the content from my file? Let's have a look at this. To stop the implementation dependent whether you are using canvas in running a management system. It's time to take the help of AI. Okay. I am working on Excalidraw clone. I've added a circle, a rectangle, circle, rectangle, line, pencil, And one more, a circle text and text. Now I want to select them and move here and there. PHEI. How can I implement this functionality? Let's see what he suggests. I don't want the code, I just want to know the way how it's going to be done, that to the right way. So many people have already made this. Never mind. You need to select a tool that does hit testing on your shape track. You need a selection tool that does hit testing on your shapes, tracks an offset on pointer down and then applies a delta to the selected shapes while dragging. Okay, shape ID is string and I am getting the string array of the shape, and the selected shape is equal to shape ID. This could be, or it could be null. Is dragging false. Drag offset gonna be x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. Mouse shapes at the pointer. Use canvas coordinates. You already compute canvas x, canvas y via get boundings in rector. Is a point in rector. In that case, I get a x, I get a y, I get a s shape. So, lots of physics is being used here. I need proper explanation. Explain the things properly because I am doing it for the first time. Need it, but ultimately I will make it, and I have to remake this project again. So once this happens, then we will be content. Okay, core concept. Canvas can't select shapes like DOM elements. You store shapes in JavaScript array and manually check if mouse position touches any shape. If yes, the shape becomes selected and follow your mouse when dragging. Canvas can't select shapes like DOM elements. Okay, you store shapes in JavaScript array and manually check if mouse position touches any shape. So I have a shape array. Once I start moving my mouse, I just check ultimately when I start moving when I apply pointer move, so ultimately it just simply gets added. If yes, the shape becomes selected and follows your mouse when dragging. Whenever I drag my mouse, if that shape comes inside the area of the dragging, at that time that will be selected. Think of it like this: pointer down, check, did I click on the shape? Save which one plus mouse offset. Save which one plus mouse offset. Pointer move. If dragging a shape, move it by mouse delta. Okay. Stop dragging, pointer up. We'll have to learn a lot. Okay. Select to your tools enum. I have tools, I have select, I have rectangle, I have this. So ultimately select is already there. Yeah, select I already have. I am calling that pointer. I can call that select, by the way, depends. So that's going to be called like this. So let's close everything for now. Let's name it right. App and that should be named pointer. Will that make any difference? Let's go here. Let's draw a circle, and this is what this is selection that I have. If I select this, I can't do anything, but if it comes under this, it gets selected. So ultimately that's gonna be select. So let's go to canvas. over here, and what I need to do is a pretty simple thing. Let me wear my glasses. By the way, the duration of this live is going to be 3 hours. I'm gonna be spending 3 hours more on this project, and after that I will start learning the things about Docker. Access denied. Okay, this thing is alright. Let's go to canvas this time. Once I'm inside the canvas, I have pointer. Let's make it select this time. Of course, I will start getting the error, so I will have to make it select as well. Select. Even the name doesn't matter, but okay. As we are going to be selecting the things, so we should have the right naming convention as well. This is going to be select here. Once this thing is done, anything else? Okay, I have to change this thing. Let's go to this game class. Once I'm inside this class, by default it's gonna be select, and this one is also going to be select. Select. So this thing is done. Anything else? Let's run the project. Let's see if we get any error or something. This is my main project that I'm working on, and I'm able to draw the stuff here. Yeah, things are working fine. So what is the next step that I need to do? Let's go through the go through this and try to learn the things on the go. So I have selected tools. That's I have done that. Add these variables in your game class or component. Selected a shape ID, and don't worry, I will be remaking this project. So this time I'm learning this stuff. Once I have made the project, once I have added all the functionalities, then I will do it on my own. So it's gonna be like that. So add these variables in your game class or component. Selected shape ID going to be string. Selected shape ID. All the IDs that I have, all the shapes that I have, they have their own IDs. That is right. Once that shape is selected, I have to save that particular ID, that this particular ID's shape is selected, and then I have to remove the shape using the ID. That is right. So for this thing, is dragging false? Initially dragging is false. That means I won't be allowed to drag any element. Drag offset is 0. How far mouse was from shape corner when clicked? How far mouse was from shape corner when clicked? It could be like this, right? So when I click on this shape over here, so the starting points are this. I think so. No, the coordinates are here. Okay, so these are the coordinates. So ultimately when I clicked on it, so mouse was not in the coordinates. So even if I click inside the coordinates, nothing happens. I'll have to double click. No, I have to click on the body. When I click on the body, then it happens. Let's create this. It has two things. It has the starting point and ending point, and it has the width and it has the height. So these are the starting points. And when I clicked on the body, so ultimately I'm checking the offset, like how far am I from the coordinates, starting coordinates or something. Okay, maybe just guessing, but I hope so. Drag offset, otherwise I'll be re-questioning the things and then I'll get to know about the things. Okay, second, mouse coordinate helper. You need canvas relative coordinates. You need canvas relative coordinates. I already have this, by the way. Since the beginning we have been using only this. We have been using canvas relative coordinates only by just subtracting the extra left and top if I had. So you need canvas relative coordinates. Subtract canvas position from the mouse position. So ultimately get canvas coordinates. This x is equal to number, y is equal to number. It will be simply returning, and I can get the x and y. I have already done that. Can we give our own ideas or suggestions or queries to you? Definitely, I would love to have that. The thing is that I'm working on more features, like working on as many features as possible. Even if I have to take the help of AI, I will take it, and the next time I will work it from scratch. I will make it again from scratch. But yeah, if you can actually give, it will be great. Mouse coordinates helper, this is done. Next one is the hit detection. Does the mouse touch the shape? For each shape type, check if point x, y is inside start simple. Okay, So I have to starting point can be, I can easily get, and I have been using this. Once I have the starting point, I have to check whether the shape comes inside that or not. So point in rect, because all the time I will be drawing a rectangle. So point in rect, I will get a I will get x, I will get y, and I will get a rectangle itself. It will return boolean, and this is how it will go on. Point in circle, point in text, the point in line. For line pencil, check distance is less than 8 pixel or later. If I wanna check whether that point is in rect, giving the x coordinates and y coordinates that are the starting point, and the rect shape, that I already have, right? I give it the, for each shape type, check if point x, y is inside start simple. Okay, I've got right x, I got right y, I got rectangle x, rectangle y, width and height. I got it from the rect.data. That is good. If x is greater than or equals to rx, and x is less than or equals to rx plus width, that is right, and y is greater than or equals to ry, right, and y is less than or, that's right, y will always be less than to the height of that particular rectangle, and y will always be greater than the starting point. That is true. This thing great. And similarly we are getting it done on circle. X number, y number, circle I am getting. From circle I am getting dx and dy. X circle data dot center x, and circle data dot center y. I have center x and y, that's right, and I am getting dx. I have x already. Once I have x, I am subtracting center x. X is the starting point, right? From the starting point I am subtracting that. Okay, then I got dx, and when I subtracted that, then I got dy. So starting point, I subtracted this. These are the coordinates that I have. That's the starting point that I have. And what I did, I subtracted it. So when I subtracted, so I got dx, I got dy. What am I doing with this? dx multiplied by dx plus dy multiplied by dy is less than circle dot data dot radius multiplied by circle dot data dot radius. So twice of radius. Crazy stuff. I have the circle. Suppose from here I started drawing, and this is where I have center x and center y. Ultimately this is how I am going on. X and y are here, center x and center y are here, and these are the x and y. Once I am subtracting, so x minus this, so this is already, suppose if it is insane. This thing is done. Pointer in text, I've got x y, and then return point in rect x y shape. Will be using same as rect, but use text boundings box. Text shape. Once I got text shape, I will be getting the data. And for pencil to do, great. So hit tester, universal hit tester checks all shapes. Okay. So hit test, it gets x, it gets y, it gets the shape. Okay, switch shape dot type, if that is rect, return this, return this, return this, return this, and then return false. Okay, pointer plus find and grab shape. When user clicks with the select tool on pointer down, pointer this dot selector tool, if it's not equals to handle drawing other tools, and if it's that equals to that, then x y. Okay, for let I, this dot shape is equal to dot length minus 1. Once I start drawing, then what will happen? This dot shapes dot length minus 1. I wanna get all the shapes. Ultimately I wanna check it, all the shapes over here. So I'm starting from length minus 1 till I is equal to greater than 0 minus 1 1. That's great. Hit test. So from here I am getting the shape, I am getting the info of the shape, I am getting the starting point and end point, and then what I am doing, this dot selected shape is equal to this dot shapes. I am getting the shape and the ID of the shape that is needed. So ultimately I got the ID. Save moves is equal to offset from shape top left corner. So shapes position, this dot get shape position, and I will be giving to this dot shape, and I will get the position. Okay, I will get the position. Once that is done, this dot drag offset is equal to x is gonna be x minus shape dot x, and y is equal to y minus shape dot y. This is something. This dot drag offset, how much we have dragged, right? So if we drag forward, once that is selected, okay, this thing is quite tricky, I'll understand. Is this dot is dragging true, canvas set pointer capture e dot pointer id, keep events during drag, return. This dot selected shape is equal to this will be selected, get shape position is equal to shape dot type, get shape position. Did I use this earlier? Get shape position, yeah I did. For getting the shape position, I'm just giving it the shape. Once I give it the shape, switch shape dot type. Once I got it, if that is a rectangle, I'm returning x and y. If that is a circle, I'm returning shape dot data dot center x minus shape dot data dot radius. Center x minus radius will be the starting point. That is right. So I'm returning the points like this. If that is a text, in that case return x dot shape dot data dot x and y. That's amazing, another good job. Pointers move drag selected shape. So on pointers move, whenever I start moving the pointer, if this dot not dragging or this dot selected id is null, in that case return is gonna be like this. By the selected shape id is gonna be an array. Selected shape id, where am I getting it? Selected shape id, it's all about understanding the code that's written here and then writing it on our own. By the way, selected shape id is this string. At a time only one is being selected or what? And then on pointer down, that is done. On pointer move, is this not equals, if dragging is not happening and selected tool is we don't have shape id, then we will simply return. If dragging is true and we have the shape id, then I may not even have the shape id. Okay, xy, get canvas coordinates, canvas coordinates. Do I have this method on the top? Get canvas coords. So over here I am simply getting the canvas coordinates x y. That's okay. So back to this level, on pointer move, I am getting the x and y. When moving, yeah, I need that. That's right. And after that, once I got them, what I'm doing, this dot length, okay, it test, this is already done. Let's come back to this. On pointer move, that was pointer move itself. What was that? That was pointer down. On pointer down I get it, and once I get it I check it whether it hit the test or not. Then second thing is that when I start moving, even at that time I get it and then I check it whether it hits that or not. When I start moving the pointer, shape is going to be this dot shapes dot find yes dot id. This dot shapes, I have the area of all the shapes. Okay, then I'm getting the shape from there. I have the shape id in that. This dot selected shape id, if that is equal to selected shape id, I have many shapes, and this selected shape id is the id of the shape that we have selected. If that's equals to that, that's great. If that is not equals to that, I'm returning it. Okay, and after that, new position, mouse position or original minus original offset, new x is equal to the x that I had when mouse moved. This dot dragging offset x, the offset that I had. Offset means how much it moved from the beginning, and I'm minimizing it. I have x, current x, I have current y, I have the offset, this much it has moved. Okay, and from here I'm subtracting the offset. So if I'm at this particular point, this much I have moved, I'm already subtracting this. Why do I need to subtract? Because I need to get the new positions that is at the bottom. So if I subtract offset x and y I have here, I subtracted x, I came here, I subtracted y, I came here, and this is the starting point. Okay, that's great, new position. After that, this dot move shape. Even if the AI writes the code, you have to understand how it works and all. Crazy stuff. Like, if you don't understand the code, you will not be able to write it again. AI can make it work somehow, but how about the understanding and then being able to just add some features from your own side? This dot move shape, I have to move the shape. I will give the shape. Okay, I will give the new x and new y, they will be shaped, and I will redraw it. Okay, move shape function updates shape data, move function simply updates the data. So I have got the shape. Okay, this dot get shape position, I have shape and I will be giving the shape. So I have got x, I've got y, I've got dx and dy. This is the what is dx, shape dot data dot dx select. Okay, pointer up, pointer stop dragging, visual feedback in your redraw function, highlight selected shape, shapes dot for each, shapes dot id selected shape, stroke and line width. This complete flow, user clicks selected tool, pointer down click, check all shapes top to bottom, grab first hit, pointer move grab the shape to mouse position, pointer up, release shape and repeat. Just draw a rect, switch to select, draw for line pencil detection order, checks the distance from point, line segments, add tolerance, add pixel, start with rect, paste your current point, pointer code if you need that information help. I understood just 50% of the code. I still have to go through it again. But yeah, it is the hardest part. I mean, doing the stuff that I have done so far, this is the easiest thing. You can easily draw it because you get the starting point and you have to draw the stuff. So doing this has been the easiest thing, and doing something that I'm trying to do right now, moving the things here and there, that is an advanced version of it that I need to really focus on, but I'll get it done anyhow, either today or tomorrow. Okay, so let's start it from the beginning. Let's go to the top. Let's do one thing, actually start working on it. Just by reading nothing will happen. Let's take the help of the code, get the things done. Once the things are ready, they will start making more sense. So this is what the plan is right now, and yeah, let's do it. So what is the first thing that I have to do? Oh, come on. The first thing is this, that I have to get it done. Add these variables in your game class component. That's also done. I have to add these variables. Let's add these variables and let's continue moving from here on. At least this is how we'll get something done, and then we'll check that how it works. We'll question, and then this is how it's gonna be going on. I want selector shape ID. Okay, I can keep it where? Let me keep it here, but I do not get the data in here. That's crazy stuff. Never mind. Okay, let's keep it okay, so this time the next thing that I need to do is to go to my class. I'm already in my class. Selected tool is select. What is the problem with this? It should be small, not capital. Okay, so it is fine with this right now. The next thing that I need to do, I need to add some of the properties over here. The first one is gonna be selected shape ID, private selected shape ID can either be string or it can be null, and by default the value is null, something like this. This thing is done. This will contain the ID of the selected element. Okay, what the next thing will happen is dragging. By default I will have a dragging thing too, so is dragging, and that's going to be false. That's right. What is the next thing? Drag offset. Drag offset, that will be x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0, something like this. How far mouse was from shape corner when clicked. Let's do one thing. I want to have one more thing over here. What does drag offset mean? Explain by giving me examples using drawings and all. Let's see. Drag offset represents the relative distance between the mouse cursor position at the moment of clicking a shape and reference point on that shape, typically its top left corner or center, ensuring the shape doesn't jump to the cursor during dragging. Drag offset represents the relative distance, okay, between the mouse cursor position at the moment of clicking a shape and a reference point on that shape. Typically it could be the top left corner or it could be the center in case of a circle, ensuring the shape doesn't jump to the cursor during dragging. When we drag, we make sure that it doesn't jump, the starting point doesn't jump to the cursor. Why will it happen? If the offset is not set and we are dragging it, that offset will make sure that the shape remains, the starting point remains exactly at equally at the same distance while dragging it here and there, something like that. Why drag offset prevents jumping? When you click to drag, the mouse isn't always at the shape's exact corner. Without drag offset, the shape would instantly snap to its corner aligns with the cursor, causing a visual jump. Drag offset captures this initial gap and uses it to calculate smooth movement. So wherever I click on the image, the shape, because of drag offset, it remains at equally same distance. Got that? By the way, I don't need, let's go through it. Imagine 100 by pixel rectangle positioned at canvas 200 and 150. Okay, top left corner is 200, 150. You click at 250 and 170. 170 is the Y. Okay, I give 50 pixels right and 20 pixels down from the corner. The left corner is 200 and 150 pixel. I clicked at 250, 50 pixel right and 20 pixel down from the corner. On the pointer down, drag set offset is this. On pointer move to 300 to 200. New position, on pointer move 300 to 200. Then the thing is that initially the starting point was 200 by 150. Okay. When I clicked at 250 and 170, and when I moved, the coordinates were 300 and 200. So the new position will be what? The new position will be, I have to subtract the offset. So I subtracted the offset over here and I got the new position, and that was 250 and 180. Why? Because this is the position of the current mouse. I don't have to keep the image exactly at the current or rectangle at the current point, rather there should be offset from that. So image should be like that. Okay, done. Circle clicked near edge. For a circle 100 by 100 pixel with 30 pixel radius. Okay, so center is at 100, 100. You click at 120 and 105. I clicked at 120 and 105. 20 pixels right and 5 pixels down from the center. Right, drag offset becomes this. Amazing. Mouse moves at 150 and 130 pixel. It moves here. What happens at this time? What will be the new center? I clicked here. Suppose this is the center. I clicked here. I started moving. Doesn't matter where you click in the center. You can directly start moving that. But that doesn't mean that where you click you exactly want the center to be there. Right? So you will get the center by subtracting the offset that you decided. The circle follows naturally, maintaining the grab point related to its corner input. Okay, got that. Well, this is how it works. So ultimately, now we know what is this drag offset. It simply maintains the distance between the clicked point and the actual starting point or starting point coordinates or the center point when it comes to circles. Let's keep it private too. So it's like more than coding, you need to know about the logic behind this. Ultimately, I'm learning physics here, how the things actually work, and then that physics is being used with coding. Okay, this thing is done. What is the next step? Let's continue. The next step is going to be mouse coordinates helper. You need a canvas relative coordinates. Which means coordinates should be related to the canvas. How will I get them? I will check whether there is a extra offset or not, and then subtract the offset. Then I will get relative to the canvas. And get coordinates is equal to e dot pointer event x y, and I'm getting the canvas position. Once I got the canvas position, I'm just subtracting that. So I already have it here, by the way. I created it when I started working on it. So that is at last. Let's go here at the end, and here this is the function that I have. Get position. What it does, it simply, okay, this should be pointer event. I'm sorry, because right now I'm using pointer over here. So this should be pointer event, and this should be pointer event. Hello bhai, hi, just struggling, hustling, whatever you call that here. Abhi tak, like so far whatever I have built, that has been difficult, but not at this level. Here altogether so much physics is being used, but I want to work on this. Okay, so I'm getting the positions, and I'm getting the positions. This is the position of the rectangle. I'm getting this dot canvas get boundings client rect. So I'm getting the bounding of the rectangle. Once I got the bounding, I'm subtracting the left bounding and the top bounding. So suppose I have the coordinates e dot client x and e dot client y. When I got the coordinates, I want those coordinates related to the canvas. That means, if I'm not wrong, let's come here. This is the main browser, and suppose I have my canvas over here. Let's do one thing. Let's zoom it a bit and then do the stuff. So this is my main browser. Okay, here, this is the thing. Doesn't matter where I click. As soon as I click on it, it is selected. That is amazing thing. So this is how we can just visualize and all. And this is my browser, and this is the canvas. If I have the canvas from here on, I don't have any problem. But what if I have canvas in the middle? Then what will happen? Now I get rect. I can get the position of this canvas, and once I got the position, suppose I clicked here. Okay, and that's gonna be a text actually. I clicked here, and that is x and y I got. Suppose I clicked here, over here, but this xy is relative to the main window. This is not related to the canvas. That is the thing. And I need to have the things related to the canvas, because canvas handles everything in terms of pixels. Okay, so for canvas, suppose this is kind of, if this is I will have to give the width of it, but for canvas everything is in pixel, and for canvas pixel starts here when the canvas starts. So I need to make sure that these xy coordinates are not related to the border like main window, rather they are related to the canvas. And for that thing, I already have this rect thing. This rect is the bounding. I will have to subtract it. So I have to subtract the this particular part, and I have to subtract this particular part. Then this will be related to the canvas, and that's what I'm doing, if I'm not wrong. Let me ask even this thing over here. It's better to be sure, right? First thing is that you guess. Second thing is that you are really sure that what is happening. Explain this with the proper examples. I need examples here. I need calculation so that I can just think properly. Proper examples. What exactly rect dot left is and what exactly rect dot top is. The get position function converts screen relative. The get position function converts screen relative mouse coordinates client x screen relative mouse coordinates, like those coordinates are related to the screen, related to the whole window that you have, client x client y, into canvas relative coordinates by subtracting the canvas elements viewport positioning, enabling accurate drawing and interaction with okay, I just want an example. What is happening that canvas at the top left of viewport with no CSS offset, mouse at screen 150 and 100, rectangle is left 0, top 0. What is this? Just a sec, come on yaar. What the hell? Seriously? Control Shift T? No, I'm getting that back or not? I think I got it. Seriously, how can I even do it? Let's go one step back. Yeah, thank God I got it. Okay, so what I'm doing here. So imagine a rectangle clicked at edge. When you click to drag, the mouse isn't always at the shape. This is not I want. This is the something I want. So canvas at default position 0 0. That means canvas is starts at the top, and canvas at the top left of viewport with no CSS offset. We are not giving any offset. Mouse at 150 and 100. But at that time left is 0 and top is 0. That's great. X is equal to this 150, this, that's great. Canvas position 150, 100 direct match. Great job. Canvas offset by CSS, margin plus scroll. If we give some margin, if we give some scroll, then what happens? Canvas has margin left 50 pixel, margin left 50 pixel, margin top 30 pixel, page scrolled by 20 pixel down, that is right. Then this time rect left will be 50 and rect top will be 50, 30 pixel margin plus 20 pixel this. Oh my god. Hang on. Rect left will be 50. Rect top will be 50. 30 pixel plus 20 pixel scroll. Does it have 20 pixel scroll as well? Margin left 50 pixel. Margin top 30 pixel. Page scroll 20 pixel down. So it has the margin and it has scrolled as well. So ultimately 30 plus 20 50. So ultimately it is the distance, right? What it is this distance. This is the rect, yes. Come on, yaar. This is rect, yes. And can't I stop it now? Seriously? Let's reload the page. Connection, okay, got that. There was something wrong with the connection last time. So this is X, ultimately rect left, and this is going to be rect top. And ultimately what I'm focusing on, I'm focusing on the distance of the canvas boundings from the main screen, as simple as that. And that is why I'm subtracting that, because I need the distance, I need these XY not related to the main window but related to this. And for getting this thing related to this, it mainly starts at, for canvas this is 0 0, this is the starting point of that, that's okay. But for canvas this becomes 0 0, this starting point becomes 0 0. So if ultimately XY, if I want them to be related to that, so I will have to subtract the value, as simple as that. So I've got this, the value of this, I've got the value of this. If I subtract it, then I will get the value of this. Amazing. Great job. Ultimately this thing is also done. Let's move forward and continue. So we know about this thing as well. Next step, hit detection. Does mouse touch shape? Right now we have to make sure that when I start moving the mouse, like over here in my code here, whenever I just hit the mouse, I mean pointer down happens, and I start moving the mouse, the shapes are clicked. It will be better to just do this thing here. Like as soon as I clicked it and then I started moving the mouse, I have to just check whether that particular shape is inside my mouse or not. So for example, I created this circle over here, and then once I started moving my mouse, as soon as the whole image inside my area where I have drawn it, then ultimately starting point, the ending point, then that is the selected shape. I will get the idea of the shape, and then if I start moving it from here to there, it will start moving, and only this way I will be able to delete the things. Once I have selected this, once I am able to move it, I will easily be able to just click delete. Well, that's not here. I can click right and I can delete it from here on. So the deletion will automatically be easy once I'm actually able to move the things here and there. So ultimately with one, we are killing two birds with one stone. Great job. So this thing is done. What are we going to do? Hit detection, function pointer in, okay. How will you make sure that, let's create these functions here. Well, this class is getting really big. I will have to even make it better. But this time is not about to like organize the thing. Rather let's make it working, and later we can organize it better. So I am going to have a function. I will have a few functions over here. First one is point in rect. First of all, I have to check whether that particular point is in rect or not. Hit detection does the mouse for each shape type, check if point XY is inside start and simple. Let's do one thing. Inside this draw, I have this draw, and inside draw I have game.ts, I have http, I have this, I can have helper.ts. What will it do? I will have some functions here, okay, and I will export all those functions from here to the class. So export, this is the first function I will have. What it does, function. First of all, point in rect, it will get x and y and it will get the shape. X and y are the starting points, okay, and points are in rect. Let's simply check this thing out too. Just a minute. It will be like this. Hit detection. Does mouse touch the shape? For each shape type, check if XY is inside it. Okay, like I can click the shape, right? Once I click the shape, I got XY, and once I got XY, I want to check the starting point that I have got, whether that starting point is inside it or not. Is that so? Let's go through it and then understand by writing. So I am getting X, that is of course the type of number, because they are the coordinates, so they are gonna be like this, and this is gonna be like this as well. As for the shape, it will have rect shape. Say rect shape. Do I have it here? I don't have it. I created types. I did. So let's go to the types. Not this, rather this. Then I created the shape of rectangle. Yes, I did. Rect shape I created. And once the rect shape is there, I should be able to, okay, I'm not exporting these things. Let's export these things as well. This, and this. Export these things from here. Once these things are exported from here, then I think I will be able to import it here. So it will be a rect shape. Once I have got the rect shape, let's continue from here on. So I have X and I have Y. Keep in mind these are the current coordinates, okay? And after that, I can just simply go ahead. So I'm getting X, that means rectangle X, then Y, that means rectangle Y, and then width, I will get the width from this, I will get the height from this. From what? From shape. But I'm not sure what does shape contain. Shape contains rect shape. So shape dot I'm giving it the shape, rect shape. This is going to be rect shape data. Let's go to types, shape types, because the rect shape has type circle and then data. So ultimately it will be rect data if I'm not wrong. Yeah, that's right. So I have to export these things as well from here, like this thing, this line data, pencil data, circle data. I need the type of these data. Not data is data, not datas. Export something like this from here. Once I have exported this, so I gonna get a rect data rather than getting the shape, and then it will start working well. Now I'm not getting any error at all. Okay, so this is how it's done. I've got the values of rectangle X, rectangle Y. These are the starting points of the rectangle, and width and height I've got. Once I have got these things, what will be the next step? The next step will be to check. I have this the current coordinates X and Y. I have the coordinates of the rectangle. I have to check whether the current coordinates are inside the rectangle or not. Okay, so let's do it. I have to return what I have to return. X is greater than or equals to Rx. I have to check whether X is greater than this, and X is less than or equals to, I'm just writing it from there, width, and I have to just, after writing I have to understand it well, and Y is greater than or equals to Ry, and if we are unable to understand this, then we'll take the help of AI. Ry plus height, sorry, oh yeah, that is how it goes. So what am I doing? I hope these are the current coordinates, and so once they are actually the current coordinates, I'm checking if X is greater than or equals to Rx. How can it be greater than Rx if that is inside that? I'm checking point in rect. The point should be inside rectangle. I need to understand. The thing is that usually what if something is inside the rectangle, suppose I have a rectangle, then my starting point and ending point should be inside that. That simply means my x should be greater than rx. Oh, that's right, I'm sorry, that was too much going on. So ultimately what is happening is here like this. I have the rectangle here, I have x coordinate and y coordinates here. These are the, this is rx and this is ry. Okay, this is rx and ry of the rectangle. Then I am getting the current coordinates, they are x and y. So x and y, doesn't matter where I get them inside the rectangle, they will always be greater than rx and ry. That is for sure. Means these are the starting points. If they are like 5 by 5, 5 by 5 is the starting point, then if I'm inside the rectangle, it will definitely be something like maybe 10 by 15 or something. Doesn't matter, it could be anything, but it will always be greater. Okay, and that is why we are going like that. So I'm simply checking the current coordinates, like x is greater than rx, that is true, and it is less than rx plus width. Okay, what it means? Okay, this is rx and ry, this is xy. Xy will always be greater than both these things, but this xy cannot be greater than rx plus width, because rx plus width is this. Xy will always be less than that, and control D, and this is going to be ry plus height, HEIGST. Okay, so this is rx plus width, this is ry plus height, and this xy will always be less than this. So ultimately xy will always be greater than rx and ry. It will always be less than rx plus width or rx plus height. It's just like that, and that's the same condition I have over here. X is greater than rx and x is less than rx plus width, less than or equals to, it's up to the coordinates, or it can be, let's make it like this, or y is greater than ry or equals to this, right, or it can be less than or equals to ry plus height. That's right. So this first thing is done. Let's check the second thing, and that's going to be how this is done. We can easily check whether if we are clicking somewhere, if we clicked here, whether that particular thing is inside the rectangle or not. Then same is going to go for circle. So let's write for circle as well. Export function point in circle. Just suppose circle is already selected and I'm just checking whether it's inside that or not. So I will get first of all x, I will get y, and I will get the circle. Why do I need to get the circle? First of all, x is the current coordinate and y is also the current coordinate that I have right now. Okay, and after that, when it comes to circle will have circle data. So the type of circle is going to be circle data that I already created. When it comes to rect data, so it has, okay, I'm not getting this here. Okay, rect has these points. Rect had starting point, ending point, width and height. This much data rect data has, rect shape had, and similarly when it comes to circle data has center x, center y and radius. And if you wanna check this, so you can check this by going to the types. But if I go to the types, where is that? Shape.ts. And if I talk about the rect data, so this was the type of the rect data. And when I talk about circle data, so center x, center y and radius. This much center data contains. This is the type of that. So I'm getting that for that. And one more thing, it will be returning boolean from here. Okay, it's gonna be like this. Let's check whether if I click somewhere, that particular point is inside a circle or not. It's gonna be like that. So first of all, the thing is that I need to get the dx, and ultimately if this is a circle, it's like this. I'm done with this rectangle. We have understood this thing. Let's talk about the circle over here. So this is the circle. If I click anywhere, suppose I clicked here, x, y, I clicked here, how will I come to know whether it's inside the rectangle or not? First of all, I need to have the starting and ending point of the rectangle, but I don't have. I have only center x and center y. I have center x and center y. Center x and center x and center y. I have these only, plus I have the radius. So I have center x and center y, and I have radius. So one more thing I have, that is radius. So the question is, this is the circle type something. Let's get the let's get it like this here. Let's make it like this. It will be easy to just draw the things here. Okay, by the way, this is the main circle that I have. I clicked here. How will I know whether it is inside that or not? Because I just have center x and center y. I have my radius. This is the radius that I have. With the help of these three, I have to determine whether it is inside this or not. So I will have to get this. I can name it anything. For now I am naming it dx and dy. Once I got this, the starting point, okay, once this is something that I just somehow got. With the help of this, I will be able to determine whether it is inside that or not. It's gonna be like that. So dx, how will I get dx? So I have x. I hope I'm right. Let me go through that again. Circle data dot center x. I have got the center x. Circle data center y. I have got center y. And circle shape, is that the one? On top of that we have rectangle shape. Rectangle dot data. I could have used data as well over there. What I directly used direct data. I could have used direct shape as well, then I would have to write a direct shape dot data and all, but okay, I can get it done anytime, that's not a big problem. First of all, let's get the dx and dy. So x minus circle center x, so ultimately x minus center x, x minus center y. Even this is not, it's happening, so let's remove it. I'm getting dx and dy. What are these? Let's simply figure it out. So the first thing that I'm getting here, that is dx. And dx is what? Dx is x minus center x. Center x is suppose this. So this is the center x. I will check exactly what this is. And then second thing I am calculating, that is dy. And dy is y minus center y. Center y. So I can click anywhere inside the center. Suppose I clicked here. Then what is dx? Dx is center x minus this. Okay, the value can be in minus as well. And dy is center y plus minus cy. Okay, I got the coordinates. Maybe if I minimized, so it subtracted, I'll have to know about it. Then what I'm doing, I'm returning at the end dx multiplied by dx. This is crazy stuff. Plus dy. This is the formula. I have to understand this. Dy multiply. Come on, yaar. Dy multiplied by dy, this thing is done, is less than or equals to radius multiplied by radius. So radius multiplied by radius. Come on, can't I do it properly? Radius multiplied by radius. So this is the formula I have. First of all, I calculated dx, then I calculated dy, then I'm checking whether that is less than double radius when I calculate that. So suppose somehow this is, suppose center x is what value can I have? I can have 50-50, suppose, just for example. I have this 50-50. Okay, radius is suppose 20, radius is suppose 30. Okay, radius will always be less than this, yeah, that's right. So radius can also be 50, yeah, but okay, let's suppose this is 30. So just a second, that was my bad. Radius is 30 right now, something like this. And the place where I clicked, that is 50-50, that is suppose 80-80. No, that cannot be 80. 50 plus 30, that's gonna be 80. So let's make it 60-60. So this is where I clicked. Okay, once I click it, I have to check whether it is inside it or not. So what am I doing? I am calculating dx. X minus cx. What is x? 60. 60 minus 50. X is 60 minus 50. That will be equals to 10. And 60 minus 50, that will be equals to 10. Then what am I doing? I am multiplying this 10 by 10, 100. Plus 10 by 10, 100. Less than 30 by 30, 120 30 multiplied by 30, 3 is 90. What the hell? 30 multiplied by 30, 10 by 10, 10 10 is 100, that's right. Then I have 100 again, because that is the x minus 50, y minus 50. Okay, so I got 10, I multiplied by it, 100, 100, and less than or equals to 30 by 30, 30 multiplied by 30, that is again 900 around. It is less than that, so it is inside that. How about I keep it here like this? So what is the coordinates of this going to be? The coordinates of this, suppose, going to be 50, the radius is 30, that means 80, 80. These coordinates can be x is 80 over here, y is 80 over here. This can be just somewhere in middle. Let's go with this. Over here x is 80 and y is maybe, y is 50, y is 30. Okay, so these are the things I have. Now I have to do the same stuff. I have to calculate dx. Dx is going to be 80 minus is going to be 30. Then this is going to be 30 minus 30. No, sorry. Y 30 minus 50. That's gonna be minus 20. What am I supposed to do? 30 minus 30. That's gonna be 900. Minus 20 multiplied by 20. That will be around 400. And I have to multiply both of them. Then that will automatically become plus 400. And at the end of the day, I have the radius 900. Okay. I need it to explain to me now. Explain this with easy to understand examples. I know this is the formula, it checks it whether it's inside that or not, but how it does. And meanwhile, let me get this thing done. Let me use a rectangle shape only here, a rectangle shape, and then I will be using dot data because I will be sending shape directly, right? A shape will include everything, so that is why I have to just keep this thing in mind. Okay, this thing is done. Circle shape is something that I'm going to have here, and then this is the formula that I'm using. First of all, what I'm going to return a boolean from here, and once this thing is done, then const dx is equal to x minus circle dot data dot center x, and then second one is going to be dy. So const dy is equal to y minus circle dot data dot center y. I have calculated dx and dy. Once I have calculated dx and dy, I have to just simply return the values. And the formula that's being used here, that is dx multiplied by dx, okay, plus dy multiplied by dy, less than or equals to circle dot data dot radius multiplied by circle dot data dot radius. This is the formula that's being used to calculate whether that point is inside the circle or not, but I have to understand this. Yeah. Okay, here we are. So let's start reading. The point circle function checks if mouse clicks xy lands inside a circle by comparing the square distance from the click to the circle's center against the squared radius, avoiding expensive math square root calls. The point circle function checks if a mouse click xy lands inside a circle by comparing the squared distance from the click to the circle's center square to the circle center against the squared radius, squared click, squared radius, avoiding expensive math calls. Okay, got that. Squared means we are multiplying it, right? That is what it's calling squared. Core math, Pythagorean distance squared. I have never gone through this particular algorithm, but let's go through it. It calculates horizontal dx, x, horizontal and vertical dy, distance from mouse to the center. Aha. It calculates horizontal and vertical distances from mouse to the center. What it calculates, if I have this, thanks to the AI, it's helping me a lot. So I have this circle over here. I clicked somewhere here. I have the center x and center y over here. When I say that dx is equal to x minus center y, what it does, this is the center, okay, and this is the x, and I am saying x minus center y. So yeah, it does calculate the distance between this particular point and this particular point. If this particular point is 50-50 that I had here by default, if this is 50-50 and the distance that I got here, that is suppose 60 by 60. So what is the distance between this? The distance between this is simple 10 by 10, because I have to subtract. So 60 minus 50, that will be 10. So the distance between center and the mouse, that is 10. Great. So dx stands for distance horizontally, dy stands for distance vertically. Great job, thank you. Let's go ahead. So this much is clear. Distance, we've got the distance between, it could be like that. Once we have calculated the distance, okay, I've got dx, I've got dy. This is the distance of what? Distance between the center point and the mouse. I'm multiplying this distance, distance like x multiplied by x. Wow, this is amazing, seriously. The thing is that this is the center point you have, okay, this is the dx and dy you have. What is dx and dy? This is the distance between these. I can make it x and y. These are the x and y coordinates, okay. This is the distance between this and this. So I can make a line over here. From here to here I come, and when it comes to the distance is dx and dy. What I am doing is this, that dx multiplied by dx, that means twice of it, and dy multiplied by dy, that means twice of the distance. Then what happens? Not twice, I'm just squaring it, and then I'm squaring the radius. So the radius was this much initially, then I squared it, so radius got squared. So radius multiplied by radius, it is not radius multiplied by 2, no, it is radius multiplied by radius. Just a sec, give me a moment, I'll be right back. Hello. Alrighty, here we are back. Let's continue from here on. Okay, so can't you create a, what is that? Can't you create bounds like rectangle in a circle too? Can't I create bounds? But the thing is that if I create bounds, so like a rectangle, you are saying that can't I create that? So the bounds cover this extra area, like this extra area. I'm talking about this extra area. So if I actually create the bounds, and that's what I was thinking of doing initially. So if I actually create the bounds, and if the current mouse is in these bounds, like over here, this extra space, then that is not inside the circle, but that will also be calculated. So it will not work the way it worked in the rectangles, and that is why this crazy formula I have. Okay, let's understand about this formula. By the way, bounds, we can create bounds, it's easy. The thing is that we have center, we have radius. Okay, what we can do, when I have center and I have got my radius, so radius is going to be, center are the points. Suppose this is I have, just a minute, where can I go with this is the one. So suppose I have here center is 50 by 50. Okay, just for example, center is 50 by 50, and radius is this. Center 50 by 50 means this is the distance. What about bounds from the center? Bounds from the center, when it comes to bounds, so you have the starting point, you have the end point. Once you have the starting point, like if I start making this, when you draw your mouse, at that time you go like this, right? So firstly you have the starting point, and then as you keep going you have the end point as well. So you have the starting point, you have the end point, then you are able to calculate whether it falls inside that or not. But when it comes to circle, there is no starting point, there is just center that you have, and the starting point is this, and then you calculate the radius and then you get the thing done. So yeah, it's like that. What about the bounds from the center? You are actually creating bounds from the center. This is the bound, right? This is the xy, this is the starting point, and this is the end. So this is end x and end y. These are the bounds. And if I want to get the bounds, so how can I get it? I have 50-50, this is the center, I have the radius. If I want to get the coordinates of this, the coordinates of this is this, 50 by 50. This is the radius, 30. So 50 minus 30, that will be the coordinates of this. So ultimately, center x minus radius, so x minus radius, I will be, so what I'll get 20, and I'll get, yeah, so x is going to be 20 over here, and y will also be the same. So ultimately this is how I've got. So the coordinates of this particular point are 20, 20. How I got this? I just simply subtracted the radius. So 20 by 20 is the starting point, and if I go here, so this point becomes 30, and if I go this much, this is the 30 here, and 30 here. Am I right? Yeah. So the starting points are 20, 20, and when I cover from this much to this much, ultimately I cover this much distance, then x becomes 30, and similarly if I go from top to bottom, y becomes 30, and that is why, sorry, 50, not 30, crazy I am, 50 and 50. Okay, and that is why the distance of the point coordinates of the center is 50 by 50, but still I can get it the way I have got the points, these points, the same way I can get these points. But will it help? Will it work? I don't think so. And if we, when it comes to these points, so starting points are 20 by 20, I can get it easily. Starting points are 20 by 20 here, and for getting the coordinates of this y, I can do 50 plus radius, that will be 80. It's easy. The end y is 80, end y, that is 80, and that is end y or end x, that is the end x, and here is where I will be getting end y, and y will also become 80. So ultimately the end coordinates are gonna be 80 by 80. I'm just simply adding the radius. So 80 by 80. So I have got the coordinates. Starting coordinates are 20 by 20 and coordinates are 80 by 80. If it was a rectangle, it would have been nice, but it is a circle, it is not nice. Never mind. By the way, let's come back to the main formula that we have. It calculates horizontal distance x, okay, got that. Distance y, got that. Distances from the mouse center, also got that. Then checks whether d x square plus y square is less than radius square. This is the formula. This is the circle's equation. X minus h square, y minus I've never gone through it. This is my first time I'm looking at this. Optimized without square roots, faster for hit testing many shapes. Okay. So ultimately we can get the idea like this. This is the formula that we have. If we use this formula, we will be able to calculate the stuff. Let's see how this formula works. X square plus y square is less than or equals to radius square. This is the formula. If we use this formula, you will get whether the points, the coordinates are inside the circumference of the circle or not. So circle at center 100 100. I have a circle at 100 100. Okay. Mouse click at 120 and 130. Okay, let's try to visualize this. Would be better. While by visualizing, it's easy to get the concept clear. So I have this center, got that. The starting points are 100 by 100. So sorry, the center is 100 by 100. So this is the center 100 by 100. And what is the next thing? Mouse click at center at 100 100 with the radius 50. Radius is 50 this time. So I can have a radius over here from here to the top. This is the radius and that is 50. Okay, so I have the x, center x, center y. I have 50 that. What is the next step? I clicked at 120 and 130. Okay, let's do that. Let's get it here. Let's move it here so that I don't get confused. Where I'm clicking 120 and 130. 130. I hope these are the coordinates. I clicked here. So 120 will be here, 130 will be here. Something like this. Let's check this thing out again. 120 and 130. So it's gonna be like 100 100. 120 is going to be around this and 130 is around to be this. So ultimately, suppose this is where I clicked. This is where I clicked. This is where my center was, and this is how I'm going on. What is the next thing? First of all, I'm getting the distance. So 120 minus by 120 and 130 30. Okay, ultimately I got the distance. Once I got the distance between this point and this point, and the distance is like 120 minus 100, that is 20. Okay, and 30. So this is the distance, ultimately dx and dy. This is the distance between that. Once that thing is clear, what is the next step? What we are doing, we are calculating the square of the distance x, distance y, and so I have got the 20 square 400, 30 square 900, and that is around 1300. Radius square is 50, that is 2500. So 1300 is less than or equals to 2500. That is true. Distance is this, and that's okay. Ultimately, when something is inside that, it works. So what happens over here is simple. I have got the distance and I am going to be calculating the square of it. So 20 square is 400 plus 30 square is 900, and radius square is 2500. So it's gonna be like that, 2500, and it is less than or equals to that because 9 4 13. So I can make it like this, 1300. So it is great this time, it works. Okay, and if it is less than 2500, that means it is inside the circumference. Next, if it is outside, that's gonna be quite exciting, and that is dx is gonna be 170 minus 100. Let's say 170 and 100. Mouse at 170 plus 100. So 170 is the x and 100 is the y. It's gonna be the same. Let me do one thing. This is going to be the line from the center itself. Okay, so what I'm saying that the total radius is 50, so the coordinates of this point is 150 and 100. Okay, so the coordinates of this particular point are 150 and 100, and I am selecting 170, and mainly 170 comes somewhere here. Just suppose 170 is here, that means it is already outside. Okay, and once it's already outside, that is 170 by 100. The y axis is the same. So once I have got this is already outside, and let's say whether we are able to get it or not. So the distance is going to be, dx is going to be 70 and dy is going to be nothing. So the value of dx is 70, the value of dy is 0, the value of radius is 50. These are the values I have. Now 70 is already greater than 50, so even its square is going to be greater. So 7 multiplied by 7, that's going to be 4900. Is this less than or equals to 2500? That is not possible, and that is why this is outside. Wow. One thing is clear, this formula works. It gives us the right answer and everything else, forget about that. The formula is this: dx square dx multiply dx square. How can I make square here? I don't think so. Let's do one thing, let me write properly with the help of my pad. So this is the formula, and this formula works, and we have tested this thing. Dx, I can erase everything from here on now. Let's select everything, and that's the same functionality that we are working on. If something is inside that, then that's selected, and then we can delete or remove, it's our choice. And for us, this is the formula that we have got. If you are ever working on this thing, then remember this formula: dx square plus dy square should always be less than or equals to radius square. So something like this. What is dx? Dx is the horizontal distance. This is horizontal distance, mainly distance. D stands for distance over here. So this is horizontal distance, this is vertical distance, and this is the radius that you already know. You will have to remember this formula, and once you remember that, things are gonna be easy. Okay, by the way, let's continue. Still I don't get the idea how this formula works, honestly. I will have to derive this formula, but let's forget about the derivation and all. I'm not gonna be going depth into that. It works, we have tested it, it's tested and trial, we have done everything. So we can just simply go ahead now. So this is also works, this is the formula, and I can say formula to know point in circle. Okay, let's go ahead. We are done with the rectangle, we are done with the pointer. Let's continue and go ahead. And this time, how much things we have done? So we have covered okay, this thing, and next one is gonna be text. Let's export function and point in text, point in, that's going to be text. X is gonna be number. First of all, I'll be getting the x coordinates, y coordinates. This is something I will get every time. Okay, that is a good thing. What is the next thing? The next thing gonna be text shape, and that's gonna be text shape that I will be getting. I hope I have the type of it. Don't I have text shape type? Let's go to types. That is pencil data, not pencil data, text data. Then I will have text shape for sure. Yeah, I have text shape over here, so I should be able to do it. Text shape, let's import it, and once I have imported, I will be exporting boolean from here, and once I have exported boolean, let's continue from here on. By the way, this will be exporting boolean, both of them are exporting boolean. Okay, let's continue from here on. So we have got text shape, what all text contains. So let's go to the shape of the text, shape data. We have what shape data, where is that? This is the text data. I have text, I have x, and I have y. Okay, these many things I have. Ultimately, I have a starting point and all, and I have to check whether it is inside that or not. So when it comes to text, let's see how even we calculate. This is the board, this is the text, hi there, and if I click, it's selected. Doesn't matter where I click, it's always selected. So I have to keep that thing in mind. Text shape. Can I already have the starting point of the shape, that's right. And then what am I doing in the rectangle section? Come on, yeah, here I'm getting the x, y, and I'm getting the shape. Okay, from the shape I'm getting the start x, y, and width, height. Okay, then I'm getting this thing done. The thing is that when it comes to text, I only have x and y. I do not have width and height. Either I set the width and height or I calculate it. It's up to me, but I will have to do it. Text shape is equal to text. I will be getting x, I will be getting y, and I will be text shape. I will be getting that. When I have the text shape over here, text shape returns me x, that is right. Text shape returns me y, that is right. Text shape does not return me width, and text shape does not return me height. And without height and width, how am I going to calculate that? The main question is going to be, either we set the height and width of the text by default from or on side, or we calculate it. Yeah. The main question is this: if there is text, how can I measure the size of it? How can I make sure that even I'm using input over there? So that's again something crazy stuff. And as I just keep typing over here, and it's just simply increasing. So it happens like that. So the main question is going to be, I have only x, y, and text in text data. How can I calculate width and height? This is the good question to ask right now. To calculate text width and height on canvas from x and y and text, use canvas 2D measure text. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. At least things are here for helping us. Use canvas 2D measure text. 2D measure text simply measures it. API for width and manual font metric calculation for height. Then store these computed dimensions in your text data for hit testing and rendering. Whoa. I will have to make many changes. Ultimately, I will have to change my whole database right now. Never mind. Something we learned. The thing is that when I'm saving the data to the database, I have to save the height as well as the width. How will I get them? I will get them using this CTX measure text. I will provide it the text that I have. Once I provided it the text, it simply calculates that, and then once it calculated, it will simply return me width and height. Parse in font multiplied by 1.2 approximate line height. Oh, let's see that. Create a temporary off-screen canvas or use the main canvas context. Main canvas context. I've got the text, I've got the font. I need three things. I need the context, okay, I will get that. I need the text, I will get that. I need the font, I will get that. Then when I got the font, I have to set the font, ctx.font. The font will be set, okay, by default I'm using 40 pixel, that will be set. Once that is set, I have to give ctx.measure.text. It will measure the text. Once it measures the text, and even for this thing I can create a different context altogether. That is right. And that is why it is saying that create a temporary off-screen canvas or use the main canvas context. It's up to us whether we are going to use the main canvas that we have or we are going to create an off-screen canvas. It's better to create an off-screen canvas, or even we can go with the main one, because we are setting the font size and the same font size is being used in the main canvas, so it's okay. And we are returning the width. So how am I getting the width? Matrix.width. Okay. How about the height? Height will be equals to parse int font font means 20 pixel multiplied by 1.2 approximate line width. So ultimately whatever font you are using, if you multiply it by 1.2, you will get approximate height. And for width, this particular method gives us the width, and we are done. Amazing. Anything else? Dimensions. Okay. Measure returns precise pixels with width accounting for font weight, letter spacing, call during text creation, store data. Width. Okay. Example: simple text measurement. I have font style 25. Dimension is going to be text dimension. So I will be giving it. What the hell? Simple text measurement. I will give it the context. I will give it the word. I will give it the font size, and it will be giving me the result. Width this, height this. This is simple text dimension. This is the name of it. Come on, man. How? Okay, multi-text, multi-line text, and I wanted to add a text area instead of using input. So at that time, this is going to be helpful. So what I'm doing this, lines text dot split \n. Yeah, it should be added. Line height is going to be parse int font multiplied by 1.2. This is going to be the line height, one line height. Then dimensions are gonna be width dot max. What am I getting? Max of lines dot map. I am getting all the lines. Okay, just a minute. I know this simply gives me that okay, there is a break in the line. Text with \n. I'm saving the data with \n, \n /n. And in that case, I'm getting all the lines. Once I have got the lines, what I'm saying that I'm getting just a single line. I'm checking the width of that line. So ctx measurement width dot width. The thing is that check the width of all the lines and take the longest one, because even if there is a small text, it's like this. Don't you think text is a rectangle itself? So can we use a bounds here? That is a good thing. You are saying that when we talk about text, so text is a rectangle. That is right. Okay, that is right. Text is a rectangle. You have the starting coordinates x and y. Okay, you have got the starting coordinates. Where are the ending coordinates? When we were talking about rectangle, okay, so rectangle had the starting point and ending point. Rectangle also had width. A rectangle also had height. Yes, HEIGST. It has both width as well as height. That is why we were able to compute the last coordinates, like where it actually ended. So it was x plus width and y plus height. So we were able to calculate both. We had the starting coordinates, we had the last coordinates when we were talking about the rectangle. But when it comes to text, though it is a rectangle, that is right, you are right, it is a rectangle, but we only have the starting points, or you can call it my bad, I am only saving the starting point in my database. I have x in my database, I have x coordinate starting, I have y coordinate, and I have text. What else I need over there? I need width to save, I need height to save, and that's what I am calculating, thinking like how can I calculate width and height so that I can apply the rule of rectangle only. Everything is going to be the same. The only thing I need to change, I need to save the starting points as well as the ending points, or I can call it width and height in my database, and then same formula that we wrote here for rectangle, the same formula will be used. Only we will be using the same, just only one thing is missing, width and height. Two things are missing. I hope you got that. Let's do that. I will have to go to my database and change everything. By the way, at the end of the day, what we will be doing, even when we are checking point in text, I will be returning point in rect only. You are right, I am going to be using the same thing. I will be giving it x, I will be giving it y, and I will be giving it text shape. I will be giving it all these things. Text shape. Text shape is not assignable to parameter of type width. Text shape, what all it contains? Property type are incompatible. Text is not assignable to okay. Ultimately, text shape has what? It's getting a rect shape. It is getting shape that can be either rect shape or that can be, or it can be text shape. Okay, then I will get the either over here, because text shape does not contain that yet, but it will contain soon. So what I am going to do, I will be changing my text shape. Rather now, right now, I will have data. Inside data, I will have where is data? Text data. I will have string. I will have x. I will have y. Not only this, I will have width. That will be number, and I will have height. That will also be a number. Why do I need it? Because I need to calculate the starting point, end point, and then I can get it. So this thing is done. Once we have done this much, then let's go back here, and right now it's not giving me any error. Rather, even if I remove it, it's happy. It's not happy. So let's keep it there. So this is how what I'm doing. When calculating point in text, I'm still using point in rect because text is just like a rectangle, and I'm giving it a x, y, and text shape, and this text shape contains width and height too. So that is why I'm not getting any problem over here. But the main issue is that circle data, I don't need this. Main issue is that I do not have width and height in my database. If I look at my database, and if over here when it comes to text, this is the text data I have. I have x, I have y, and I have the text. I should have width, I should have height. That is it. Let's calculate the width and height, save it in the database. Let's clear the database too. I need to clear the database for that. So because text delete from this, let's run this query. Done. Come back. Right now I don't have any data in my database, and I need to save the width and height too. Let's save the width and height and then continue from there on. Where am I saving the data? I need to save the data of the text. When am I saving the data of the text? Whenever mouse click happens. When am I clicking the mouse inside this canvas? Where is mouse click happens? Double click, handle click. When I'm doing this, I'm saving the data over here. This is where I'm saving my text data. I'm giving it type text. I'm giving the data text. I'm giving it positions. What are positions? Positions has only two things. Positions has x and y. Position does not have width and height. I need to add this thing here. So the thing that I need to add as width. That can be anything. Let's keep it 0 for now. And I need to add height. That can be anything. I'm adding 0 for now. If I just make this much change, everything is going to be solved. But the thing is that how are we going to calculate width and height, provided we already have the starting point and ending point, we already have font style, we already have the context. Okay, so for this thing I have a context here. This is the, do I have the context? Router canvas ref. Then I created the context over here, CTX. You do not have a CTX over here, that's okay, amazing. This is the game, okay. Canvas.ref current, I can create the context. I have the reference of the canvas, I can easily create the context. That is not a big problem. So the first thing that we need to do, I need to create a function for that. Let's have a look at this. The function was like this: get text dimensions. Let's name it this much only, or I'm not gonna be copy and pasting, but I should copy and paste everything. Let's not copy and paste everything, rather just write the things on or on. It will not be a good thing. Handle leave room and handle click, so I need to have it here. Let's const get text dimensions. Text dimensions, what all it takes? First of all, it takes the context, okay. Then it needs font. Then it needs text itself. Let's see whether we can actually manage this much. And as for this one, I hope it needs only these many things. So what all it needs? It needs the context, it needs the text, and it needs the font. When it comes to font, font can be anything. For example, 20 pixel in this Arial. Okay. And when it gets all these things, then we have to just go ahead. First of all, context type is gonna be HTML canvas canvas 2D element, something like this. Canvas rendering context 2D. Okay. Font is gonna be type of string. Font is gonna be type of string, and text is also going to be type of string. So ultimately, this is how I'm gonna go with. And then inside it, what I will get, I have got font, and then I will get the context. So I already have the context. So context dot font is gonna be the font that I have got here, and after that text, I will be getting the width. So width, or I can say matrices. I hope that was the name over there. This is just a name, variable name. I can keep it anything, but this was used in there. That was matrices. So let's use the same here. Matrices is equal to ctx dot the method that I need to have to calculate the width, that is get width or something. No, get what is the method name? The method measure text. Okay, so ctx dot measure text, this is the method. What all it takes? It takes the text. Let's give it the text. So we have given it the text. I have just given it the text. Once it got the text, it will just get everything done. So matrices, matrices. What is the problem? Assigned but the value is never read. Once I got the matrices, then I will be returning the width and height. I will return the width. The width is going to be matrices dot width, and height is going to be, height will be calculated based on the fonts. So font that I have multiplied by 1.2. If I calculate it, but that is a string. How did I do it here? I'll have to parse it to integer. That's okay, got that. If that is a string, so I can parse it. So parse int, and that will be font. So this is how I'm getting the things done. Matrices, the name is misspelled. Okay, that's not a big problem. Let's keep it over here. It's gonna be solved. Matrice, that was, the spelling was wrong, sorry for that. This is how we have to go ahead. So ultimately it simply returns me the width and height. I've returned the width, that is a number. I've returned height, that is also a number from here on. So I've got this, and then when I click on this, I need the context, and for the context I already have the reference of the canvas. So const ctx is equal to, let's get the canvas first of all. Canvas is equal to canvas reference dot current. I got the canvas, and const ctx is equal to, first of all you need to have the reference of the canvas, and after that you can get the context. So context is going to be context dot ctx, sorry, canvas dot get 2d get context. This is the method, and I will be getting 2d context for now. So I have got the context. Once I have got the context, I can use the context, and with the help of this thing I can just simply go ahead. Okay, so when I'm actually saving the value, if the input value exists, I'm saving the value, and when I'm saving the value, what I do, I get the width and height. Const width height, there it gonna be equals to get dimensions, get text dimensions. What all it needs? It needs the context that I already have. It needs the font, that will be 40 pixel and Arial, because this is what I'm using right now. 40 Arial, 40 pixel Arial. Do I need to just write 40 or 40 pixel? I need to write pixel over there anyhow. And next is the text that it's getting. So that is the input value. Input value. So these many values it needs, and once this thing is done, what is the problem with this? Canvas rendering 2D null undefined is not assignable to canvas rendering context 2D. Let's make sure it does exist like this, or I can make sure one thing. I will only go ahead when if it does not exist, I will be returning from here. Simple, easy peasy. Okay, that's good. So I've got the context. I'm even checking whether the context exists or not, otherwise I'm returning from here. Then I'm calling get text dimension function that I have created right now, and then I'm providing it the context that I have created over here on the top. I'm giving it the font, I'm giving it the input value, that means the text. Once I gave that, I got width and I got height. Once I got width and height, I'm just saving that. Done. So this time I'm saving the text, I'm saving the position are x and y, and I'm destructuring it, so they are ultimately converted into x, y, and then I have width and I have height, and height, thickness, and everything else is right. By the way, this should be select over here. Thank God I checked it. So this much we have done. And one more thing, I wanted to use a text area. Let me ask this thing. On my canvas, I used input, but the problem is this. The problem is that I can't go to second line and type. Should I use what? Should I use text area? Let's see what it says. I think I must use text area, but not sure. Yes, replace input element with a text area for multi-line text input on your canvas. Based on drawing app, input text only supports single line. Yeah, so we have to do it anyhow. So let's get this thing done. Over here I am using input, okay, and I need to use text area in place of this, so I'm going to keeping it like this. Let's use text area, and let's uncomment it so that it's actually visible properly. Then first of all, I have the ref, input ref. Let's name it input ref only. This should be text area ref, but that doesn't matter. Text area is also used for inputs only, so that's okay, that's understandable. So let's remove both these things from here. First of all, I will have ref, and that will be input ref, and after that type is going to be text by default. I think I don't need to type here, right? Yeah. And value of it is going to be text input value. I'm not sure how it's gonna work. Hi Bhaiya, how are you? Doing great. Prabhat, if I'm not wrong, that's your full name. So I have given it the value. What is the problem with the value? Can't find input value. Did you mean input val? Oh, sorry. So input val is here, ref is here. What is the problem with the ref? Ref object input element null is assignable to this. Okay, I will fix it, not a problem. And on change handle change, this thing will happen. Anything else? On change, value is done, text is done. Class name, I need to give it the class. Text placeholder, text 40 pixel. Let's go with this. Let's copy the whole class here. Let's give it the class. So this thing is done, and let's comment it right now and continue from here on. So what is the first problem? The first problem is this. What is this? Type ref object HTML input element or null is not assignable to HTML text area element. I have to change it. Let's go to the top. Let's click on here. I have here. So it will be HTML text area element. Fine. Yeah, yesterday I didn't join because I was busy with the file and practical things. I understand. I hope you are coding too along with that. At least give as much time as possible. It can either be null. Let's see whether I get the error or not. So this thing on change, what is the problem with this? Change event HTML void is not assignable to type change event handler and HTML text area. So let's go to this and let's keep it HTML text area, something like this, and done. So we have done this much. Let's see whether it actually works or not. Right now I'm just simply guessing that it should work, but who knows. But before this I have to go to my database and do I need to change this? Let's see. I can remove it, but let it be here. What exactly I am doing here in my database? I have data. Inside data I am getting height and width, and on my front end I am already deciding it. Inside data I can send anything. It should work like this only. I just hope so. Like, yeah, my project should work. pnpm dev. Let's run the project, see what happens. Why I want to become web developer? Definitely, brother. Why not? Get ready to work really hard, and you will definitely become a web developer. You will have to work really hard because this is the era of AI, right? You will have to give your 100%, give your all, and then you are going to be the one. Have you started? You use JS for backend. I use TypeScript for backend. I used to use JS, but right now I don't use. Because of responsibility and some issue, I only have approx 2 hours a day. How and which way should I start? Please suggest some idea. Simple. It's not about how and which. Just start. Yeah. If you just get 2 hours, that's okay. I know. I'm not a college student. I have been to college. Then I dropped that. That's some crazy thing. But yeah, you have the responsibilities. So whenever you get the time, just start coding. And the most important thing, make sure most of the time is being invested into coding this stuff. You can learn, but at least you can make it 50-50. Like 50% of the time you are coding, 50% of the time you are actually learning, like from the videos and all, or from anywhere. I have these rooms. I can join my room. There is nothing in my room. I can join coding room. There is nothing. Well, there is nothing in these rooms. Let's join coding room. And over here I'm going to just write text over here. Text hello. No, sorry. This is the text, and right now I'm using this, so I can make another line. How are you feeling right now? Well, I will be removing this extra scholar that I got, but let's do one thing. Just assume that this has been saved to the DB. Right now I'm simply getting everything. Wow, TypeScript is getting a lot of hype these days. Once you have learned JavaScript, learn TypeScript. Easy. Initially it gets dhak, like I had a issue with TypeScript, then slowly it becomes easy. But if the project is actually in TypeScript, then it actually catches the attention that, oh, it is in TypeScript. And it is nothing but types added on top of JavaScript. Let's go to database, check how many things I have. Congratulations, this is the data that we have. This time we have X, we have Y, we have text, we have width, we have height. There is only one problem. When I'm changing the lines from one line to another line inside text area, I'm not getting \n, and because of I am getting \n. Lovely. And if I'm getting it, I can format it the way I want. So let me go back to my database backend. I'm so happy. I'm already getting that \n. I thought I would have to use that, add it from my own side. So data is getting saved in the DB. And what is the now? What is the next step right now? The next step is to simply render the things in the best way possible. How should I learn JS? Suggest some genuine material like YouTube or something else. JS, YouTube videos are enough for JS. You don't need to go into depth. Any JS series you can follow, that should be enough. You can go with Rohit Negi, or yeah, he has given some videos. He has actually provided, or Code with Harry. These two YouTubers have provided good courses, like free courses. So you can go with them. Watch the videos. They have actually given their all. So good luck with that. Doesn't matter which course you follow. If there is a playlist and that playlist is completed from the beginning till the end, that only that much you need. Don't worry about mastering JS. You just need the basics and get started. Slowly you will learn that. What is the next thing that we need to do here? When I'm rendering it, like when I'm rendering the text, that means over here render shape, render shape. Okay, over here I'm rendering. Where am I rendering text? I'm rendering text over here. This is where I'm getting the things done. Fill text. I got the text. I'm using fill text right now. The question is, how can I add lines in fill text? His ongoing web development playlist is currently he is teaching React, so you can easily learn that. Easy peasy. Follow Rohit Negi. Well, yeah, Prabhat is suggesting follow Rohit Negi. He's already teaching React. That means you can go with that. Yeah, this is how if you are in the group of the people who are actually doing the same thing, it helps a lot. So I would like you people just find somebody or just get in touch with here only the people who are here. Have some friends who are actually doing the same thing, would really help a lot. Or we can just create a group or something, then over there everybody can be in touch, something like that. What is the next step? How can I place the text in the next line using fill text? I'm not sure it happens. Text area, fill text, will it work? To place text on the next line using fill text in HTML, canvas is split the input string by n new lines from text area. Then to place text on the next line using fill text in HTML canvas, split the input string by n new lines from text area. Then draw each line separately by incrementing the y position, typically by font size plus line height. Like font size multiplied by 1.2. Okay, create a reusable draw multi-line text is equal to, got the context, text xy max width line height. Text is gonna be first of all splitting that. Once I split that, parse float and font size I have to get. So get a computed style is equal to document.body font size. Get computed style document.body font size or 16 from CTX font. Lines is equal to for each line fill text txt fill text line. I'm giving it I'm giving tx and giving y. Y is going to be index multiplied by font size multiplied by line height. Call it a draw multi-line CTX after capturing text area input or handling text for automatic wrapping within the max width. Use CTX measure text in loop to split long lines, split initial. I gotta get some water for me. Give me 1 minute, I'll be back. Without water my mind is not gonna work. Even if it's everything is written, you have to first of all get the idea. Okay, this is how it works. Then you can actually write. Otherwise, it's gonna be crazy. Give me a minute. I'll be right back, and then I'll continue from here on. Until then, listen to the music. Hello, I'm back. Let's continue. Just got some water, man. I was so thirsty. Okay, let's continue from here on. Let me have some water along with the way. Well, now it's great. So, how can I place text multi-line? This is something that I have to use. I will get the lines once I got the lines. So the font size that's being used, document.body, I can get the font size. By the way, that font size is by default 16. Either I can get that font size, and the line is okay, X is okay, Y is getting increased, right? So first of all, I am getting the index, that is the index number multiplied by font size multiplied by line height. I have the line height multiplied by index is going to be great, because line height multiplied by 0, that is 0, plus font size can be 16 around, so initially that's gonna be that, okay. Then later this font size will be exactly the same that I'm actually using initially, so it's great, it will get it automatically. Then the second time the value of index becomes 1, the font size is 16, and line height increases. So the next time 16, but how about the line size? How does this increase? Line height will always be 1.2. Okay. The font size will be there. So line height multiplied by the font size multiplied by the index. Index will keep increasing it over and over. That's good. And draw line. I might be wrong because I have zero knowledge. There is line height property in CSS. Nah, you can use that. A line height property in CSS. I think line height property in CSS. It's not about that. The thing is that you have to render the text on the canvas. This is not this is the right now if I write any text here, this is the text area for sure, but at the end when you just click over here, the text that I got here, this is not any text inside a div. This is not inside div, rather this is on the canvas itself. If you right click over here, inspect it, go here, go to elements, and then just write anything over here, and now you got the text area. Forget about this text area, even there is nothing inside text area. As soon as you write something, you are getting the things. Okay, here I have got FDFs inside text area, but as soon as I click outside, things are gone from text area. So there is nothing inside text area right now. Rather, this FDF whatever is written here, that is on the canvas itself. On canvas CSS properties don't work. Okay, it's like that. And when it comes to canvas, so where am I using canvas? Here, this is the canvas. This is one line code. Canvas width this much, height this much, class touch absolute. This is the only thing that I have for canvas here. And sorry, that was my bad. And inside this particular element, I have everything. I have shapes, I have line, I have rectangle, everything I have inside this only. So it's not about playing with CSS, it's about playing with canvas, and that too making lines on top of each other. Otherwise it would have been really easy. Hey, don't worry, it's easy. When you don't get it, take the help of AI, understand the concept properly, and once you understood the concept properly, start making it on your own. The way is really easy. You will have to just put your hard work. That is it. Let's go ahead. So come on, take a sigh of relief. What do I have to do here? First of all, I am getting the lines over here. I got the text. When I got the text, I have to get the lines. When I have got the lines, then I can go ahead So let's keep it this side. Okay, so first of all I have to get the lines. Let's create a function in here. Where should I create the function? Render is here. Let's create this function, and the function name is gonna be function, and that's gonna be draw multi-line text. Draw multi-line text. This is the name of the function. What is happening inside it? I'm getting the context, that is for sure. I will get the context. I'm getting the text, that is the interesting thing. And can't I do it inside that only? What is this? Just creating a function. I have text thing here. Let's do one thing. Collapse the remaining ones. Pencil, circle, rectangle. Let's talk about this text. I have got the text over here. How about doing everything here only? That would be better, I think. Why just transfer everything from here and there? I've got the text, so I'm going to get the lines. So lines is equal to text dot splitter by backslash n. Backslash n, it exists in the lines, in the text, so I will be getting all the lines. Once I have got all the lines, then I have to get the font size. The font size that I will get it from the by default const font size. When it comes to the font size, I will get it using get what is the name, computed style. This is the method that I get by default on window, like when you are on client side, and then document.body. It will simply give you the font size, font size. It gives the font size. If it doesn't give the font size, by default it's gonna be 16, something like that. The question is that whether it really works or not. So let's go here. You can easily check this thing. I'm inside the console. Let's refresh the console and check this thing. So what I want to check, simple thing. Get computed style. Get computed style, and which the style is going to be document.body, and then it returns font size. How much do I get? I get 16 pixel by default. Okay, 16 pixel. When it comes to text area, have I given it any font size? Where is text area? This is at the bottom. This is inside canvas at the bottom. Text is 40 pixel. Text is 40 pixel. If I'm using CSS here, sorry, Tailwind CSS here, I'm not getting the right thing. So let's do one thing. I will be using style over here too. So style is going to be font size, and that's gonna be 40 pixel right now, just for an example. And now if I reload the page, I'm getting I'm still getting 16 pixel. That means by default I will get 16 pixel. But the thing is that, what is the font size of the body? I haven't given any font size to the body, so by default it is this much. So font size of body, not this, font size of document dot get element by what? Get element by ID, class name. Let's get it by text area. Document dot text area. Can't I get this? Body dot text area. Wrong. What does this text area have? I can give it an ID. Yeah, ID is going to be text area, something like this. Let's try to get it now. Okay, get element by tag name. I can get the element by tag name as well, so let's try this thing as well. Get element by tag name, that's going to be text area, text. Do you have portfolio website? No, not really. I don't have. I have nothing to write on my portfolio, so I'm working on my projects and then I'll create the portfolio and all. Once I'm done with that, this thing. Text area. Font size. Well, I'm not really getting it. So let's remove this text area from here. Let's go to home. Let's go to end now and get elements. I may have to refresh the page right now. I don't know. Let's refresh the page. Then I should be able to get that. So what was the method I was running over here? It should be get element by tag name, elements or element. Get elements by tag name. I will be getting the elements. That element is text area, and then once I have got that, then I will be using index 0, and then I will be running. What is missing? I need to keep it inside string or something after one argument. What is that? One argument is missing, sorry for that. It should have been over here. How about this? Fail to get computed window parameter 1 is not type of element. Parameter 1, this is not type of element. Sorry, let me try again. I'm just testing and trying the things. This how about this right now? Oh, it's not gonna work. Never mind. I'm gonna be using get elements by id. So get elements, get element by id. Come on, get element by id, and the id is text area, something like this. This thing is done. Dot font, it will not work. Font size, oh, 40 pixel, congratulations, got it. So I have to get the font size of the text area, and once I have got the font size of that, on the basis of that thing I have to go ahead. So let's continue. I have to use this instead of using y, because I'm not giving any font size to my body, rather I'm giving not my body, the body of my page, like the computer. Then what I need to do here is as I'm giving it, let me do one thing. If I don't give any font size here, will I be still getting 40 pixel over there, because I'm setting it via Tailwind CSS. Let's refresh the page and run it again, getting it 40 pixel. That's amazing. This is what that I have to run. What is the next stuff? Let's go with the game.tss, game.ts. Okay, over here I was getting this thing, so let's make it this much, or this is gonna be 16. What is the problem with this? Document HTML element is not assignable to parameter of type element. Null is not assignable to element. Null. Get element by id. I have text area. Type HTML element or null is not assignable to parameter element. Okay. Type null is not assignable to this. Okay, null. That means text area. It's not gonna work this way. Get computed style. The computed style that I'm getting, the thing is that it needs element, but right now the thing that I'm returning that can be a still element or null, and this is not expecting null. So what should I do? So let's do one thing. I have a way to make sure it does exist. Const element is equal to this. Once I have got this, inside this I will be providing the element, but before that I will be checking if there is no element. If not element, then what? I don't know about not element but I will be only running it when I will only run this particular thing, ultimately this thing, when an element exists. So if element, in that case do this, otherwise make the font size 16 pixel. Great job, amazing. So what I'm doing is that it was saying simple that what if your document dot element that you are getting from the DOM that does not exist, in that case what? So I'm saying if that exists, so use that. If that does not exist, leave it up to me. I will be using 16 pixel by default. Okay, so this thing is done. What is the next step? The next step is I have already got the font size. Once I have got the font size, you can add background theme features, like it has 5 to 6 options, not only light and dark. Oh. You can add background theme features, like it has 5 to 6 options, not only light and dark. You are right, but I'm in the habit of using it. I have many themes actually. When it comes to themes, color theme, material icon, I actually have many, but change folder, color theme. Yeah, I have actually many, but I'm in the habit of using this chai, dark chai, whatever. And that is why I just go with this. It depends on you, like what you are in the habit of doing. I'm in the habit of this particular, using this theme, so that's why everything is visible, so that works well. Then I have got this thing done. Arial font 16 pixel. Font size is something that I have already got it. As for the font size of the line, CTX font size, CTX white, CTX top. Let's even remove this thing. I'm not even sure whether this thing is gonna be okay or not. No, I'm asking to add into your projects. Okay. You can add background theme features, like it has 5 to 6 options, not only light and dark. I will add. Next time when I will be working on it. So I have something called there was a theme. First of all, Tailwind provides it, and apart from I think there was another front-end framework. I forgot the name. That provided many themes to add. If you remember the name, let me know. There was a framework for React that actually provides lots of themes. I just forgot the name of the framework. That is written on top of Tailwind CSS only. So that is a CSS related files, CSS related package that does this job. So here I am. What am I going to do here? First of all, I got the lines. So when I've got the lines, so what is the thing that's gonna happen? First of all, lines dot map. I will be using map over here, or it's better to use for each. For each, once I'm gonna be using for each, I will be getting line and index, both the things I will be needing. So line and index, I will be getting both the things. Once I've got them, then I will be simply rendering it, something like this. So I have the context dot fill text. What? First of all, I need text, so text is going to be line. Then I need x is going to be x that I have. Then I'm gonna need a y. y will not always be y, so I will have to change the y. So y means I already have y, this is the coordinate of y that I already have. The next thing that I need to do is to what can I do? Citrix.y. First of all, it will be increased. So first of all, it will be increased with the help of like with respect to index, and I will have font size. So the height is gonna be, what is the height? That's going to be yummy UI, material UI. There was another one. Let me check. This is mainly for React. You are right. Material UI, yummy UI, and there was another one. Let me check. Is this the one that I was talking about? Well, it does provide docs. Oh, docs. Come on, material UI. There was another one. Material UI does the job. I mean, there are, including material UI, there are some other UI libraries that actually provides many, but for it, installation, templates, example, components customization, how to guide integration, migration, discover components. Dark mode. Okay. Dark theme palette I have to provide. Mode is going to be dark. Mode is going to be dark. It's gonna be primary, dark pro. So it does provide it light dark mode. It can be done through this only. We have same thing in the Tailwind CSS, and it doesn't matter which UI library that is. It's a React library. I have heard of. I don't know anything apart from the HTML CSS till now. It's okay. Once you know React, you will be able to use it. Okay, line multiplied by what? Line multiplied by font size that I have got, multiplied by line height. The line height is going to be 1.2. 1.2. Why 1.2? Font size is what? What is the problem? Right hand side of an arithmetic operation must be any type number behind. String. Sorry. Okay, by the way, don't worry about HTML CSS, just keep learning. Get it done as much as you can. It's all about, but the thing is that you have to manage many things, so it's okay. It's all about coding every day. There's going to be a time when you will have lots of time, so do get the stuff done at that time. So this thing is done. The thing is that I have font size, and if I multiplied by the font size by this, I will be getting the height. So instead of doing it like this, let's get the height here. Const height. Font size multiplied by height. Wow. So this is how it's gonna be going on. X, y, then y is gonna be index multiplied by height, then it will keep increasing over and over. That's a good thing, by the way. Line height will be multiplied by this. Okay, line height 1.2. That is the approximate, and then I can call it. By the way, I'm already calling it, so it will be like this. It should be fine. Let's see whether we are getting the right result or not. Here, reload the page. Wow, guess what? Now here, hi, let me say hi, how are you? The next line, I hope you are fine. Then click outside, it's saved, and right now you are getting everything at the same place. The thing is that we are not able to select it and move it here and there, but it does the job. And the second thing is that when I write it, it looks like this. Then if I leave it, it looks exactly the same. When I write it and go to the second line, it looks the same, but when I leave it, it goes a little top. The line height should be 1.3. Let's make it like this and then see whether I still face the same issue or not. Let's write again another line, write again, goes up 1.5. If it goes up, let's keep it 1.2 for now, and let's remove this thing from top here. I have to fix this. The thing is that let's give it some width. So not some width, color to the in text area here. Let's give it a BG gray 700 or maybe 600. How is the text area? This is the text area. When I click anywhere, what happens is that text area comes like this. Text area starts here, and by default text area has some width. What is the width of text area by default? What is the width of text, sorry, height, yes, here, height of text area by default. Should I see size text area with the default height of HTML text area element, typically 2 rows. Come on, 2 rows text area in pixels. I can set the height. Okay, let's set the height. By default it's going to have only that much height. If I go to these websites, by default text area just have only this much. Okay, I'm gonna customize my text area. First of all, this is my text area. Scroll none, sorry, outline none. One more thing, how to remove scroll, how to hide scroll bar from text area. Remove scroll bar from text areas. Overflow auto, overflow hidden, overflow hidden. Scroll is going to be auto. How many options do I have? Oh my god. Scroll is gonna be none. Do I have? No. Scroll is gonna be just scroll auto. Let's see what happens. Text area, here we are. Let's reload the page. I'm getting the text area here. I can resize it the way I want, but I can give it some width so that it's not that much. And the width should be, the font size is 40 pixels multiplied by 1.2. That should be the width. So text area should have a width. Let's give it over here. Width is going to be, sorry, the height is going to be font size 40 pixel. 40 multiplied by 1.2. Don't know how much it's going to be, but let's see. Reload the page. It's still the same. Well, it doesn't work with this, so let's remove it from here. Let's give it style separately. Style like this, and height is going to be, I have 40 pixel font size. Height 40 pixel multiplied by 1.2. But that was font size, yeah. This is different. Okay, initially let's make it 10 pixel or something. Don't know. Maybe 10 pixel by default. That's gonna be too less. Let's make it 50, 60. It's like this. That is not bad. Then I can start adding the things over there. I can resize it. I should not be able to resize it. How to fix the size of text area using CSS? Should I see the width, height? Give it fixed width and height. I have given it, still I'm getting it. That is okay, but you have to realize that whatever arbitrary specs you have in rows 10. Okay, let's do one thing. Even if that is like that doesn't matter. Where is this? Reload the page. It looks like this, and then whenever you click somewhere, it comes here, and you just start typing and all. That's great. If you go to the next. Okay, it will not increase. Let's give it the minimum height. It's gonna be minimum height. What the min height? How do we give minimum height? Min height. Oh, sorry, min height. Any problem? No problem. Let's reload the page. Minimum height 10. It can. If I wanna fix it. Arey baap re. It's gonna cover my own screen 3. Just one. Let's go with this only. I'm going to get 2 lines at a time. That's okay. And then I will get it. Okay, it will still happen. I'll have to solve it only. How to make text area? The problem is this: I should not be getting the scroll bar. How to make how to make sure that we don't get a scroll bar even when we go to the next line in text area. Prevent horizontal scroll bar text area. Word wrap, break word, tring. Okay. Word wrap, break word, overflow wraps, break word, overflow hidden, overflow x hidden, white space pre-wrap, width 100%, box sizing, border box, use HTML. Word wrap, break word, overflow accident. Using tailwind CSS. Let's see. Okay, so here we are. Widthful, okay, resize, vertical, breaks words, white space, pre-wrap, overflow hidden action. Let's see whether it actually works or not. It's gonna be a testing thing. Not sure whether it will work, but if it works, I will understand the reason behind it. Well, it doesn't work. Word break. Word wrap, word break. I think I should start my web development journey again and stop worrying about exams. I'm getting a lot of FOMO. What should I say in this? As you are in college, you will have to worry about them anyhow, whether you want or not. But the thing is that, can you actually manage by studying a little bit for the exams? Because you can't afford failing in the exam, can you? Resize, vertical, word wrap, white space, pre-wrap. It's gonna be, sorry yaar, that's gonna be Y hidden. Okay, so ultimately it's not visible. That's good. But then the thing is that I'm gonna be making sure one more thing, Y overflow, and then just don't need all these things over here. Just overflow Y is okay for me right now. If I write anything, and it always goes like that, and then okay, word starts wrapping. Ultimately width is set. I don't want even this thing. Okay, text area. And don't worry, have fun. It's like life will always be like this. It's always gonna be hard. Everybody is just struggling or hustling, whatever you call that. The same thing you will have to do. Minimum width. 32. Let's see. Width, how can I set width? How to make sure text area takes as much width and height as it needs. I think, you know, on the way of making it better, it's only going to be like this. So this design part will be done later. I may work on this. Text area automatically adjusts its width and height to fit the content. Height minimum height auto, width fit minimum width 0, overflow hidden. Then is this how am I going to have it? Resize and overflow hidden, white space, pre word breaks, word field sizing, content. What do you want to do if you don't mind telling, like, what you want to do if you don't mind telling, like, I'm eager to know. I didn't get this. What you want to do if you don't mind? What I want to do? I'm a college dropout. Get it? Now get the idea what I want to do. Okay. You are in your college, but I dropped that. So I don't know what to study. Okay, and there were other reasons behind that. Like I wasn't studying. Never mind. And do not drop college. And you don't even think of doing it. Resize, overflow hidden, resize none, break, field sizing, content minimum. I'm asking, what are you asking? This is the last time that I'm actually trying to make it better, otherwise I will forget about the design. I will mainly focus on the functionality. This design thing takes a lot of time. It looks like this. Oh my god. Wow, it looks okay. This is amazing. What else could be better than this? Actually, it worked, yaar. I never expected it to work, but amazing. It worked. It's going to be like this. No, I'm asking ki you seem to be frustrated regarding this text area thing. Yeah, I am frustrated, but I'm not done with this yet. I'm not afraid of text area. Even if I'm frustrated, I will not leave it. But this thing is done right now, so I don't need to worry about it. Break words. Break words, wrap break word, field sizing, content. Let's see how it actually works. By the way, it's been solved, so now I don't need to be frustrated, but yeah, sometimes it gets quite tricky to just get the things done. And this is how we learn the things. It's not like you can learn all the thesis just in one go. You learn by doing. So first of all, resize none. Outline and that's okay. Let's remove all the things from here, and I want to check it one by one. If I keep resize none, what happens? Let's create one more room. Let's leave this room, go to another room. Okay, now we have an empty page, and this is how it looks like. Hi there, blah 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 blah. Well, a line comes, and if I just keep going, well, this happens. That means that thing does. Oh, okay, got that. That means this resize none does not work. Can I remove it from here? Let's remove it and then see what happens now. This, amazing, like this. Then I can create a new line, then I can create a new line, and this is how I can just keep going on and then just enter. This is how it's written. Well, great. This thing is done. Overflow hidden, that is okay. White space pre-wrap, let's remove overflow, then see what happens. I have to just test everything, like okay, this property does what. Still I am getting that. This is interesting. Even if I remove overflow, that's great. So overflow doesn't do anything. I have these three, word wrap, break word. This is interesting. Let's cut it from here. Reload. Well, that's also great. Okay. So ultimately there are two properties: white space pre-wrap, field sizing content. I think even if I remove this, nothing should happen. Yeah, it's like this. So the main thing is this one property, that is field sizing content. I want to know about this property more. It does the job. Tell me about this property and how I can do the same using CSS. This is a good property, by the way. You should know about it when working with CSS. Field sizing content. It means the content will take as much width as it needs. It will take as much height as it needs. It will not get the scroll bar on your screen. Input, select text area, field size, content. Okay, what it does. Field sizing content CSS property allows form controls like input, select, and text area to automatically resize based on their content, overriding the default fixed sizing behavior. It takes two values. Fixed default ignores the content length, or content adjust line size for input, selects, and block size for text area. This is what I wanted. Pair with constants to prevent extremes using relative units like characters or length. This is gonna be minimum block. Okay, done. So ultimately we have done this thing and it looks like this. Let's write something over here. Let's do in one thing. Hello, I can resize it the way I want. If I think oh come on. Yeah, I can do that, but it will keep going on. That's amazing. What is the next thing that I can do? Oh, this thing is done. I have given enough time. I was supposed to give only 3 hours and that's done. I am going to give some more time and then I'll be done with this. But the thing is that I should get this done here, otherwise it's gonna take lots of time. I'm more worried about typing speed than I'm learning Wooden skills like I used to, and a big typing style. Either get a software or use tip 10, this particular website, to learn typing first of all properly. Okay, go to online version. Then sign in whatever with an account and continue. Let me guide you with that. After that, click on start training. It has the training for all the lessons, like all the fingers. Okay, start training from here. Keep training until you get comfortable. Okay, like this. Start training from here and it will start. Press A S D K S space A D D S F L A K and S A D S A double S P L A K F A double L and okay. So ultimately this is how you have to do it once you have completed all the lessons. So first of all, this is the website. If you know, that's great. If you don't know, I'm sending it to you. This is the first website that you have to keep in mind. The second thing is that once you are done with this, you can go to monkey type and you can start typing over here. Once you have learned quite typing, then it's a good one. You can type here. So I can sending you this too. Okay, just doing it everything online. And I think typing from chai or code, JavaScript typing practice. I think chai typer, yeah. This is again a good one. This has been launched by Chai or Code. He has a YouTube channel, and you can just start typing here. So it's like lesson declaring variables / topic const let where let chai type is equal to masala const price is equals to 20 where is odd is equal to true. This is how you can done, and then done. Okay, this is how you can just simply go ahead, and whatever typing speed you have, you can just try it again and all. So this is how you can just simply go ahead. So use this one too. If this is mainly for coders, if you are a coder, use this one. I have never used it, but I just watched the video once and then I know it because of that. So you can use this one too. I've sent them. Okay, never mind. Let's continue. Come back to the main thing. Okay. We are able to get the things done the way we want. Let's remove this particular thing from here. There is only one problem, that when I play with this, when I have text area, it has lots of width and height. There is one thing that needs to be done, by the way. Anyhow, on my app I have this text area like this. I write something, and when I leave it, it goes to the top. I have my text area. When I write it, I should be writing it to the top. I can give it the height. Height is going to be just 40 pixel or something. But I can place it there. How do I place it? How am I placing my text area? Thank you so much. You're most welcome anytime. The thing is that there is a solution for everything. Just get ready and get the stuff done. When text area is here, how am I actually when I click a handle clicker, at that time what happens? Render input. I'm rendering input. When I'm rendering input, what happens? I'm giving it x and I'm giving it y. If I just actually remove this 14 pixel from here, what will happen? Reload the page. If I just write something here, and it will go there. That's crazy. Then what is the solution? First of all, I have to give it a proper height. Proper height will be given there. That's okay. And the second thing is that I have to give it proper y coordinates. Okay. By default, it will have 40 pixel or something. If I click here, it will come here. Oh, sorry, I have to minimize. Sorry, minus 40 plus 40. Just yeah, I did it. It's like this. Just write something hi, and then something like this over here, and then this is how things are gonna be going on. Minimize 40 so that it is there. You can even minimize 42 if I'm not wrong. 42. Well, let's check this thing out. Hello there. And one more time. Hello there. Let's click here. Great. Once this thing is done, what is the next step? The width. Hi, and then it becomes like this. Hi, one more line, bye, one more line, tata, and then it becomes like this. So I have to increase the height. How will the height be increased? Let's go. Height is increased when we are rendering over here. Height is decided over here. I can make it a 1 point. Let's make it 2 and then see what happens. This way it still goes back to that line height. You talked about that, but Y coordinates. Index multiplied by height. If I make it 10, what will happen? I actually wanna check it now. This design thing. It's always coming back to that. That means even if I don't provide anything, like anything in the sense, if I don't provide this, will this be okay? Let's see. This, and check this. Yeah. Why? Because you have different CTX. The Y coordinates is different. That is right. Every time you get the lines. Okay. CLG, and I have that's front end, yeah. Line X, Y. Let's leave this room, go to another room, and over here let's reload the page. Okay bhaiya, I have to do DBMS and math thing after that till the exam gets over. I will focus on typing speed for now. I think it's good to go plan. That's great. Make the plan and go and like do the job. Don't worry, you don't even need to be here. Just go do your job, or you can study together. You can keep your mobile aside and then do whatever, or just simply focus on your work. It would be great for you. Hi there. So I'm getting high there. It's gonna be 135 into 42. Okay. Hi there. How are you? X is same. Y is same. They are coming on top of each other. That means it did work. It was making the difference. Sorry. It should be like that. I need to have. Thank you. You are welcome. Anytime. Just keep up the good work. Index multiplied by height. How about right now? These are like this. Hi there. Such a big distance. Oh, sorry. My bad. Such a big distance I have between them. That means it is working. The only thing I need to change, let's make it 1.5 and let's see whether it is the same or not. Let's reload the page. It looks like that. Hello. Hi. Wow. It's exactly what I want. So ultimately in design you need to spend time. Okay, but this is how it gets done. So if I just write anything, let me even change the. What the hell? Yeah, it works. Reload it, and let's remove the color from there. In design, you need to spend time. One day I will learn design really well. Right now I don't have time for that. BG gray, let's remove it. But it's not. You just keep learning even on the go. So it's not like one day. You are learning right now. I'm learning right now. It goes. So let's reload the page. I can just write anything. Hi there. I hope you are doing great. Let's catch up as soon as I get free. Dot. And it looks the way it has been written. Then I can select that and I can get the stuff done. Wow. What is now? Oh, this much is done. I can draw a circle. I can draw a rectangle. I can draw a pencil. I can draw a line. Of course I'm able to write properly. Okay, it's already been 3 hours, and so ultimately this thing is done. What is the next step? We were writing that thing. This text area is done. We are able to get the stuff done over here. The next thing was that you were sending the data. Text is done. Once the text is done, let's remove it from here. Don't really need it. Okay, what is the next thing? I was working on these helper functions, and the first thing was this, like I was using plain text. So we have done it. Point in React, point in circle, point in text, even I have done this thing. Then let's go ahead and go with the another thing. Okay, once I got this thing done, height and width, dimensions, max width of the line. One more thing that I forgot, that is over here when I'm saving the line, I have to save the width, but the problem is that I have the text, and I have to get the max width of the line, then only I will be able to get the stuff done. So let's get the max width right now. I have input value, okay, and over here when it comes to getting the max width, I will first of all split it by -n. After that I will get the max width of the max of that, okay, max height. Ultimately get dimensions are here, and over here I am getting my text, and I am getting it directly. The thing that I need to do right now here, const lines is equal to text dot split by \n, something like this. Once I got that, let matrix edge is equal to nothing, and then I have to lines dot for each I will be getting a line. Once I got the line, what is the next step? I will be setting matrix edge to math dot max of what? This is how it should be done. Multi-line height. Mainly I have to talk about the width as well. Get dimensions, I'm getting it. Okay, this is done. What is the next thing? I can measure it. CTXLO, and I am able to measure the width, but I have to get the maximum width. Multi-line text height. For text height I am splitting it, then line height is equal to parsing font multiplied by 1.2. Then width I am getting, height I am getting, that's great, and then I am setting them. Dimensions, so math.max, I will be getting the this will be a good idea, by the way. I've got the lines. Const dimensions is equal to, I will have here two things. I will have width, I will have height. The thing is that I want to get the width of the line that has the maximum width, something like that. So for that thing I will be using math.max, and first of all I will create an array of the width of all the lines, and after that I will be getting the max. So width max, and then ultimately I will be getting all the lines here. Lines in the sense, why do I need to get them? Lines dot map, I will get the line. Once I got the line, I will get the ctx dot get measure text. I will measure the text. I will provide it the line. Once I provided it the line, I got the width, then I will simply be returning it. Once this happens, I will be assigning another value over here. For now, this is how I am going. But the thing is that I think it can't take that. Let's go to here, inspector, console, math.max. Can't it take 1 2 3 none? Okay, it does not take this. I thought it would take an array, but it does not take that. How about 1 2 3? Well, -1, -11, -50, then 20. Yeah, so it takes lots of numbers, something like that. So let's do one thing. I will simply destructure it over here, something like this. So it's done. As for the height will be determined by the font size. So parse int multiplied by parse int I have the font multiplied by 1.2 is going to be the height. This is the height that I'm setting, 1.2. This is the height that I'm setting from my side. And I can return DMS dimensions. The thing is that this is the side. Okay, how can I do it? This thing is being set. When I'm getting that, I'm increasing that text. When I got that, I got all the lines, and when I actually got the height, this is all about rendering, and I will render them like this. Okay, they already have a height. That means I get the height using font size. I already get the height, that is 1.5. if I am saving it as 1.2. I already had the height in shape.data. I can get the height as well right now. The height that I saved, HEIGS, height. What is the problem? The shape does not contain the height. What is the shape here? Shape is something that I'm getting here. Shape. It can be rectangle, it can be circle, it can be pencil, it can be line, it can be text shape. Let's have a look at text shape. Text data. Text data has height and width. Text data has height and width. Let's go here. Go here. What is the problem? Redeclare dot scope variable height. Height is equal to h. Any problem? No problem. I got the height. Height is here. I can remove this particular part from here because I'm getting the height, right? So height is going to be h, height. Any problem? No problem. So what is the use of even computing this thing here? I can remove it, and I got the height. I'm multiplying it by height. Let's see how it looks like. Reload the page. Hi there. Not bad. It's look a little smaller. Why does it look like this? because the first thing you had this thing is by default on line width. Line width, that's going to be equals to line height. What is the line width on text area? Line height. What is the line height on text area by default? $19.2. Most TikTok browsing problems have line height value approximately 1.2 times font size, 1.2 times of the font size when the line height is set to normal. This means that if your font size is 16 pixel, the line height would be around 19.2 pixel. Text area line height, I can set the line height. What should be the line height? What is the size of my text area? Text 40 pixel, font size 40 pixel, then line height (1.2 times of the font size, so 40 multiplied by 1.2. (40 multiplied by 1.2), that is around 48. 48 pixels. Okay, that means the line height is 48 pixel. What is the line height that I'm actually saving there? I'm getting the font size multiplied by 48 pixel around. How to set a line height using Tailwind? What is the problem? Leading 10. I need more. Yeah. Just a little more. 13, does it exist? 14 is there. 3.5. This is going to be too much for now. Yeah, that's too much. So it's like a 3.56 pixel. Let's make it a 54 pixel. Reload the page, write things, stop. It's still too much. 54, it comes back. How about keeping it 50? Select it down. 51. Yep. So this is it. It looks great. Ultimately, I will be able to write anything, and then it's gonna be like this. Comes a little lower, but that doesn't really make any difference. A little lower, that means okay. What we are actually doing here is this. I'm setting the height as well, and the height is being calculated on that side. And when I'm setting the height, then I'm simply multiplying it by that. So this is how it's going on. That's not bad. I'm sending the dimensions here, and then I'm returning the dimensions over there. Then I got the width and height from that, and after that I'm setting the width and height over here. Even I don't need to do this thing over here. Control input. Yeah, I need to do it. So this thing is done. Let me take a break for 3 minutes, and then I'll be back. It's 2:20. Oh my god, I gotta go and take a bath now. Alrighty then, that was it for now. We have done quite enough. We'll be coming back and continue from here on, as this is in the middle. So first of all, I will get it done, but don't know how long it's gonna take. Let me do one thing. Let me take a break for 3 minutes. I'll be back and continue from here on. Alright, then here we are back, and let's continue from there on. The thing is that I want to complete it right here because I'm in the middle of the process. It's better just complete this than to stop it right here, just because of that reason. Otherwise, and one more thing. Hello. I thought something was speaking. Hello, hello, hello. Am I audible? Okay, never mind. Let's go ahead. And how can I? Is it possible to remove the resize icon in the text area? How do I disable resize property text area? Resize none. Let's see whether it works or not. So here canvas, go till the end. Resize none. Wow, lovely. This is exactly what I wanted, and the thing is that there is a little less height. There should be a little more. That means I have a little more in my here when I in my text area. Let's make it 50 and let's see what happens. I wanna go to another room. Hi there. How are you doing? It should rather be 49. Then by default it is 48 or something. It's coming downward. So 50 was enough. That was not really bad. Let's keep it 50. A little more. By default it is 48. I'm just increasing a bit 2 pixels to just make it look good. Yeah, it looks great. So this thing is done right now, and apart from this particular thing, whenever I move, I'm just copy. I think whenever I move the cursor, yeah, I'm printing this. Let me. Where am I printing it? Game.ts 90 number 9. Game.ts 90. Thank these lines that I'm able to get exactly where the things are happening. I'm getting that line height from my database itself, so I don't need to worry about that. Line number 90. Okay, this is the thing. Let's remove it. Done. So this is how we are just determining the things right now. And once the things are determined, then we are simply going ahead. Height is being determined here. Done. What is the next step? We are inside helpers. We have gone through this and lines hello slash world testing mouse hit testing with this stored dimensions point injector this thing then mouse x will, if it's greater than shape.data, mouse is the data pre-compute store text. One more thing, just have a look at the end. What was there? Calculate. Okay, so what do I mean that? Hello world width max. Hello 60 pixel. What does this mean? Okay, width max. Width max. Hello 60 pixel. World 64 pixel. 64 pixel is going to be the width. Height is going to be this much. Width, is that being calculated the right way? Let's go here and game. Where am I calculating width? Get text dimensions, and when it comes to width, yeah, I'm getting the highest width, so that's right. and then width of value is 60 and this, then 64 pixel, height 29 multiple 58 pixel, and mouse shape.data. Point x, it's giving me these things, it's giving me x and y and text.shape, the current xy. Let's check here. Current.shape gives me it gives me height and width, it gives me x and y. Does it give me that? Yeah, it does give me that. Once I have them, then x is greater than shape.data.x. Okay, x is less than shape.data plus this, and mouse and this, great, and shape.data.y plus height. Well, that's right. Pre-computer stored during add text. Pre-compute stored during add text. So selection works fast without remeasuring every pointer. Update on font size. What does this mean? Pre-compute stored during add text. Whenever we are adding a text, at that time, how does this work in this here? If I have this, if I got text here, I'm writing text, it's already selected, and height and width, they are being pre-computed. Height. Okay. In mine, what's happening? Well, this is not really bad. Looks pretty good. Cache in text data, x, y, text width, height, perfect for Excalidraw clones, select a tool. Cache in text data, perfect for your Excalidraw clones, select a tool. Didn't get that. For line and pencil, check distance. For line and pencil, check distance is less than or equals to this letter. So we have point in vector, we have point in this, and then we will be creating one more that will be export function point in line. It will take some of the values, it will return some of the values. Okay, this is how I'll be going ahead. Universal heat tester. Once this thing is done, universal checks all shapes. If I actually copy this thing, what's here? And if I actually go to this, because if I don't switch to Docker today, I will have to struggle at night. So it's better I start learning Docker as soon as possible. Docker Excalidraw. Let's save this here. /web. This particular thing, perplexity. Let's close this. Let's click on this. I should be able to get the same text. Continue. Let's not continue. Oh, I'm unable to get it. Let's click on this again and log in with the right ID. Continue with Google Weapons Imperial. This one. This thread is private. Okay, I can share it with others. Let's click on this again. Over here. Yeah, I got this. Then I can start going from here on. Ultimately I will keep going through it, and then this is how it will be done. So the remaining things are gonna be done tomorrow. We've done a lot. We've worked for what, more than 6 hours actually we have given to this project, and we have got many things done too. We have got the authentication working really well, and then we started working on this zooming and zoom out feature, and everything, all the things are getting saved. We have removed the input and we have added text area. So it's not like we haven't done anything. We have done lots of things, and this is how we are gonna be going ahead. By the way, that was it for now. Everything's working really awesome. We have added made this functionality work. We are able to delete it. We are able to log out. We are able to go to home page and get the things done. So ultimately, this is how we are gonna go ahead right now. That was it for now. Now I'm gonna be catching up after half an hour or something. Until then, take care and see you. It may take an hour around, but okay, never mind. I'll be coming soon. Take care.